Well, I'm not speechless because I have to cast, but you get what I'm saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 of Battle of Africa. This is a best of 7 between Aftermath and TyRanT. I will start off by introducing the Aftermath team. Their flank is MBL. MBL is playing as the Vietnamese. The pocket then is Leary. Leary is playing as the Berbers. And in the blue, we have Hart. Hart is playing as the Spanish. Hart is up against Tato. Tato is playing as the Persians. The pocket for TyRanT is DauT. DauT is playing as the Chinese. And then we have Viper, who's up against MBL. So we have a Norway matchup here. And he's playing as Portuguese. And it already seems like there was a pause. So we've seen this map 3 times now. This is the 3rd time. The first 2 times, there were poor starts. 1 time for Aftermath, 1 time for TyRanT. And with those poor starts, they called restarts. They only get 2 restarts per best of 7. So I don't know if that'll happen again here. I hope not. I hope there's a clean start for everybody. We'll find out here in a moment. Dave, do you want to touch on what Tato did the end of that last game before the restart happened?
So on the second game before the restart, Tato went for a really early, I think he was like 12 pop barracks in the middle. He went for 3, and he's doing it again. He went for 3 militia. And our theory was that he wants to deny access to all these zebra at the middle of the map and maybe kill a few of them and harass the villagers that are taking food there. And he's definitely not dissuaded by the fact that Aftermath saw that when they called the restart last time.
Yeah, the weird thing about it was, the way it works, if you call a restart, you just type re in the chat and then you resign. And when you resign, you should be able to see everything that's on the map. And I assume that Aftermath did see that. Now, checking the game room, I would just die if they called a re. No, there must be a pause or something. They're all still in the game, so I think this game will happen. If Aftermath knows about this, Dave and I were thinking, how do you counter it? Because you bring in your elephants for food, but then beyond that, everyone always goes out here for these zebras. And I don't know how you counter this strat. This is the only time I've seen this, and I think that's maybe something that Tato has been saving for the tournament final.
Yeah, it seems like a really kind of Tato move, you know, something that he holds up his sleeve and then he pulls it out on really important games. And Aftermath, like, we've seen it before in the other sets we casted of them really prioritizing going out to get that food source. So they're going to have to rethink their strategy.
Well, you know what? They even built towers. That was the surprising thing. They even built towers on the zebras. So they definitely prioritized it. Since there is a pause here, we don't know the reasons why. I'm keeping tabs on the game room. I would like to talk about the player positions while they're giving us the moment to do so. I think that this is ideal for Aftermath. You have a Spanish flank and Hart. Spanish we've seen so many times with the T90 Dragon strats. Go for tower rushes and aggressive play, as Spanish are so good with towers and conquistadors, so that'd be good. Then you have Leary, who is one of the best players in the world, second behind Viper. At Berber's pocket, which is fantastic. He can go scouts and then he can transition into the cheap knights and camels. And then you have MBL, who, well, he's known for his lames, he's known for his aggression, and he's known for his flank play. He is the flank, and he's a strong archer civ, which is normally what you do from the flank. So I think that works for these civs.
He loves his skirms too. He fights with skirms and vills all the time. He likes to make it messy, MBL. And I think Leary in the pocket is probably the biggest deal here. If he goes unmolested, like if he goes into scouts or something and then builds up into a strong military, that's so dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, Viper's Portuguese, so while that could work as pocket, he could go knights with that. He's flank, and Portuguese also have the cheaper gold unit, so he will likely go archers here. I do find his TC position to be a bit awkward with his stones where they're at. He has a gold safe, but those stones are all in the same position. DauT is Chinese. Now, DauT is an amazing pocket player and flank player, and he has an even better pocket save than Leary does, arguably, as Chinese have a good team bonus, and they get pretty much everything you would want in team game. And then Tato's Persian. So I think Persians will be awkward. You know, Persians, they don't want to start with archers, but flanks normally do so. So if he has to go scouts, it might make the fights a little bit interesting. Well, we'll have to see. The game is now back up and running. Sorry about that delay. And Tata's making this militia, Dave. I'm excited to see how this works.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be set back for a long time. That is an early investment there into those militia. Like 12 population, he made his first one. But if he does damage, it's certainly going to be worth it. If his two teammates can get in front of the 3 from Aftermath.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the horse from Heart. You start with a horse, so you don't get a scout. Just a horse, has very low line of sight. You can't attack with it. And I'm curious if Heart will look for this. It seems like he's very close to spotting this, isn't it? Look at that. Just one tile off from seeing the barracks.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that they know this might be coming, Dave. And if so, the militia could even kill Vils. Heart's getting Loom. He must expect this. He's getting Loom.
Oh, he's going to see the villager now. Tato, he knows they're there, and he sees the second one now.
Tato needs to attack a Vil. Okay, Loom has just come in. This little lag we're experiencing is because of that pause in the spec delay, so this will sort itself out soon. Now, Heart is going to have to micro with Vils, and he will not lose Villager. But this is going to be a big pain for Heart, who is a Civ who would want to advance fast as well with the tower rush, and this might even delay him.
Now you see Tato going for the zebras.
Yeah. I mean, he is killing zebras that he as well could take. I guess he wants to take the ones close to Heart.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody's being annoying on the TeamSpeak server, I guess. That was why there was an issue. Okay, we're all sorted now. So this is gonna be crazy. Tato's even here with his horse just to block Vils. I did not expect this. I think everyone else is playing this fairly standard, except MBL has gone up very early, Dave. The feudal age.
He's taking stone as well, so he's going to consider man-at-arms with towers, most likely.
Yeah, I'm thinking,
no, he's going into archers.
I'm thinking archers, and then that one on stone is just for the defensive towers that we saw last time from Aftermath versus SY. Now, so far, everyone is on the way to feudal except for Tato and Heart, which makes sense because Heart cannot comfortably collect these zebras. But I have to say, Tato, so far he hasn't done enough damage for me to like how he's done this.
He's been really timid here.
Yeah.
With these militia.
Like, at least attack a little bit with him. Kill other zebras, or, like, attack the Vils and just run back and forth. He's definitely been timid.
And look, like, Heart's taking the zebra at Tato's mill, and now he's running away. He just took the food. This is Grand Theft Zebra right here. He's running away now.
Grand Theft Zebra. Oh, God. You know what? That might have been part of his thought process. Like, hey, you're going to kill my zebras. I'm just going to steal the food from you. He's running back to his base. And he is very close to clicking up to feudal, Heart. I think we need to focus on the pockets a bit, though. And the flanks on the other side as the zebras get shot down. I think Leary will go scouts. He'll probably build the stable right next to where the militia are coming in from Tato.
Tower coming down from MBL as well, and a counter tower, or maybe defensive preemptive tower from Viper.
Yeah. Most likely preemptive, as he doesn't see that tower from MBL. MBL's tower is nice because it disrupts the zebras from Viper, and it also will kind of protect his side of the map. And his base is actually really solid. I mean, Viper will have to run around the right-hand side of this wood line to do anything to MBL, and even still, MBL with one tower protects that.
So Tato's going up now. He's still going to have these 3 militia to become man-at-arms, but Leary's going to have archers out, chasing those around. Tato's managed to save them, and he's caused a lot of idle time, but I don't know if it was really worth it in the end. We'll see.
So my predictions were a bit off here. Viper's gone for scouts from the flank, and Doubt has gone for archers from pocket. And then archers for MBL, I was correct on that, and then archers for Leary from pocket. Still no sign of what we'll see from Heart, though he's heavy on stone at the moment. No villas going forward. Wow. This is the big stage, man. I mean, Tato already pulling out the tricks, and that maybe that's something they need when Aftermath has been so solid. Definitely not something that Aftermath would be able to game plan for, because they haven't seen it yet.
I find the archer's choice really strange considering what we've seen on this map before. Like we've seen a lot of scouts on this map
Yeah.
to pick off the villagers, a lot of tower pushes, and early archers don't really do that well against it, but maybe this is all dictated off them seeing Tato's militia in the last game.
It's possible. It's possible. I would like to know, maybe we'll interview them afterwards. I'd like to know if they saw that with the because that is very unique. Never heard of anything like that before. Now look at this Viper here with 2 scouts at Leary's base. Because Leary's going archers and MBL is going archers, this will be awkward. They don't have scouts. And I expected Leary to go archers, and Leary is getting chewed up here. He killed 1 archer from Doubt, but he's losing all of his in the front. He's just created 1 more archer as well, which is free pickings. He's going to fight with villagers. This is so poor for Aftermath. Now, will he get man-at-arms? I feel like he should not get it. Even still, though, it'll be a huge pain. Leary's going to lose Vills here, isn't he? He's trying to calculate
good micro
it.
so far, but Viper's got great micro too, and he's going to get right in front of these Vills.
Yeah, and 1 Vill goes down, and all 3 TyRanT players in the same spot in the middle of the map. I think that maybe the Drush forced Leary into archers. Maybe. I don't know exactly why they made that decision. But fact is, MBL, he hasn't done anything with his archers just yet. Just that 1 tower, as we saw. And Leary, he's currently 3v1'd.
So what this has enabled TyRanT to do is come forward. You see Doubt building another mill forward, Viper taking Zebras forward. They're really taking control of all that free food in the middle now that they have map control.
Yep, and that's really going to help them get to Castle Age faster. The decision must be made now. You know, do they create more military units, especially Viper? Does he create more scouts, or does he simply live with the advantage they've gotten just there and go towards the next stage?
God, whoever's spamming them on TeamSpeak, stop, please.
Yeah, it is what it is. So Viper and Doubt now thinking about going towards MBL. And MBL, he knows he's vulnerable on the right. He's going to build a tower there, I think, so he can build another wood line. I'm not so sure, Dave. But look who's arriving. Viper's arriving.
Oh, no!
Oh, this is awful for Aftermath. Viper will get at least 1 Vill pick, if not more here. If Viper plays this correctly and goes past the villagers so he can get extra shots in, he's going to get more Vill picks. And he's gotten 1. He will get 2. And here comes Doubt as well. TyRanT on top of it so far in this game. Leary now pushing forward with his archers, trying to do counter damage to Doubt. And you know what? Doubt doesn't have the numbers to defend himself here. So Doubt could lose villagers as well. Yeah, no fletching would mean the villagers can run. The tower is protecting MBL on his wood line. I do not think that Viper and Doubt will stick around here much longer. Meanwhile, Dave, I did notice that Hart hasn't really made many moves. And it seems to me like, as I see some archers from MBL picking off villagers from Doubt in the back of his base, he's going to buy his way up to go Conquistadors, most likely, in the Castle Age. Oh, and Tato's going Coinage. So Tato will sling. Interesting style of play here. Tato starts with the Drush. He starts off the action, goes with the Grand Theft Zebra strategy. Then he's kind of fallen back, and he's going to send resources, I assume, to Doubt. Could be to Viper. Now, Hart's on the way to Castle Age on that side, so Tato will have no defense by himself. He'll need some assistance from his teammates.
Leary's got to be careful here, too. He could get trapped. Doubt's coming around the backside with archers. He's got a tower there. He's got 2 groups of archers.
Everything dies here. Oh, my God. Leary has had a really rough start to this. TyRanT just all over him. He lost the archers on the front, he lost a villager on the front, and now he's losing the archers that he sent out to do some form of counterattack damage.
Massive fight there. Great loop around from Doubt from both sides, and Viper knew as well. He didn't engage on the left side. He went all the way over to the right, and they trapped that between the houses. But Hart's about to be up, and he's going to get a castle down, and he's going to be running around with those really powerful units.
He will get a castle down. Viper's on the way to castle. I'm not yet sure if Tato has been slinging, and I'm not sure... Oh, he's slinging resources to Viper. So, Viper might not be pocket, but he's going to receive a lot of resources to go Knights. This could be trouble for MBL, and this could be trouble for Leary, because they're not on the way up yet, Dave.
Also, Leary, more harassment. Tato managing to pick off 2 villagers at the back of his base with that drush.
What? No way. That's so well
Great
played.
use of units.
With a
Great use of units.
drush? Unreal. Man, they've really gone after the correct player here, haven't they? They've gone after Leary. Leary is Aftermath's Viper. So you're going to see Aftermath throughout the rest of this series try and focus down Viper so he can't get into his current position, which is a big boom. But man, Leary's taking some big losses.
Yeah, Viper, I mean, Viper's done extremely well with his scouts. You look at his KD right now, he's been helping out Doubt. He just helped out Tato a little bit against MBL's archers. He's been running around. He's in Castle Age now, getting the sling. Really dangerous for AM.
Yeah, if they're versus sling, they need to recognize it. They might not recognize it because Tato is in feudal age and he has been contributing with some form of military, even though it's just that drush. Dave, could you like step back from your mic an inch or two? I'm not sure. It just like peaking every once in a while.
You're peaking.
I'm not sure like what's causing it, but
All right.
It's not a big deal anyway if you can't sort it out. Viper hits Castle. He has 900 gold in the bank. I'm actually lacking the food at the moment. I imagine that Tato will send it to him, so all eyes going to be on Viper's movement now. And yeah, there's the food. We're going to need to see defense from Leary and from MBL. There's really no opportunity for them to push out right now. They just have to defend with towers and archers and spears and hold. It's been a very strong start for TyRanT. Viper with 12 kills, 4 deaths. A Doubt, he's been able to defend himself at home. And more importantly, I think Leary has lost army momentum. And you never want that if you're Aftermath.
Viper also going from Monastery to, I think, to counter the Conquistadors. I think he knows they're coming.
You know, say what you want about this sling, but so far Viper hasn't done any damage. And MBL has set his base up correctly where he can defend from this with the towers and the walls. Like, he's just camping here and he's inviting Viper into that choke point. Viper doesn't want to do that. And also Heart's getting those conks, as you said, Dave. Leary will soon have crossbows. So there will be 3 Aftermath players. Doubt, of course, will add army into the equation soon. He has tons of crossbows in the middle, but it'll be a 3v2. Viper needs to really carry here, receiving those resources from Tato. I think they're going to go to Leary now. I mean, MBL has defended himself well. Viper seems to be running towards Leary. Doubt also running towards Leary. Maybe it's MBL. I'm not so sure, but Viper has 18 knights. Wow.
They might want to kill MBL before he gets the crossbows. It's tough. Like, where do you go here? Because if you go to one player, the other 2 are going to hit you from behind, right?
Yeah. When you are versed to sling, it is simply about not taking huge losses, because you will take losses. You will be behind. You have to hold and hold and hold until you, as a team, can push back and overwhelm them. This is not the time for MBL. He's just now getting crossbow. Doesn't even have bodkin arrow yet. MBL's point of view shows he sees the knights, he sees the crossbows, he has signaled. But I don't think Leary can assist. That's the problem. Leary can't afford to send any help whatsoever.
No, he's going to try.
Yeah, he's going to try, but Heart is going to need to be here as well. So Heart, he's coming with his Conquistadors. MBL just hiding in his tower for now. There's 3 monks there from Viper, and Viper, he spots these crossbows from Leary. He signals it, and he says, let's go. Let's make a move. Oh, God. The monk's going down for Viper. Leary, though, he is surrounded by knights. Now, the Conquistadors come in from Heart. I don't know what engagement is better. It seems like the numbers of Viper going to completely overwhelm Aftermath.
Viper coming from behind, too.
Oh, he's going to surround Leary, and Leary taking more and more losses in this game. The crossbows from MBL, they're still going to be outnumbered here. And that is a huge cleanup for TyRanT in game 1 of this.
Look at Leary's KD right now. Oh, it's just so bad.
Yeah, and it's not like it was poorly played from him. I think the decision to go archers was a team decision. It's just that the arrival of Doubt and Viper has continued to haunt him. MBL runs away, and now Heart needs to mass some more Conquistadors. I will say he has quite a lot, and that's the one thing that could maybe change things versus the Knights. But Viper's receiving Sling, and he's on his way to the Imperial Age. Sling is so strong, man. It is so incredibly strong. And, you know, once again, Aftermath, they got to the finals by not slinging. In TyRanT, they've done it pretty regularly. Maybe Aftermath will need to do that later on, because if Viper's going to hit Imp, with all the resources coming in from Tato, what can they do against Cavalier? So Conquistador's kind of the ticket for Aftermath if they come back here. You agree with that, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to pick some amazing fights, and he's going to have to hold Viper. Doubt doing an excellent job here, though.
Yeah. Doubt not receiving Sling, 43 military units. He has 26 kills, 18 deaths. Doubt and Viper, best buddies, man. They're doing so well, and I feel like Leary now, he's kind of fallen back. He can't afford to create numbers out of these ranges because the ranges are just getting shot down. The Conquistadors, they are outranged by the crossbows. They are also outmassed, and Doubt is getting thumb ring. It is not looking good for Aftermath in game 1.
No, and they're just going to keep killing these production buildings. They know AM can't really engage with them here.
Yeah. AM trying to distract them a little bit, but the same thing will happen, and all the crossbows that were in the archery range go down, and Viper, he's about to hit Imperial Age. This is trouble. This is trouble for Aftermath. They can't fight this in Castle, much less Imp. Oh well, out of position, Doubt and Viper, but still it's going to be just fine once Viper arrives. That's as good as an engagement Aftermath is going to get. It is only going to be more and more difficult from here.
I find the decision by Leary to just abandon, I mean, it's probably the right decision in this case to abandon military and just go for TCs until you can get that castle up, but you have to rely on your teammates to hold, and I don't know if they can against this.
Yeah, I mean, he can go camel archers with Berbers, and they're really strong when you get full upgrades on them, but Viper's going to have such a strong push. These will be Cavalier soon, and he's not messing around either. He's going straight for Siege. Doubt's on the way to Imp as well, likely receiving resources from Tato. I'd like to remind everybody watching that it is simply Doubt and Viper steamrolling this, with the resources coming in from Tato. Aftermath still just need to hold. Yeah, they need to hold against this first wave. They don't have anything to deal with the capped Rams. That is a big issue. I don't care how much extra HP these archers have.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help out too much. Yeah, Heart's on the way to Imperial. MBL's on the way to Imperial. Can they hold this? Can they hold? Viper, what he does well in these situations is not fighting all in one spot, but he splits up his army, and he split up his army. He's sending some over to Leary. Now when he arrives, he can kill Vils, but he will find a castle there securing Leary's base. MBL all game has done a good job of just not dying because of the poor position he was put in from the get-go after Leary took losses.
And Leary is on the way to Imp as well.
The Viper doesn't get Paladin, so he's stuck with Cavalier. He has yet to really do damage. Now, as I say that, he's going right into MBL's base. MBL's running away with his Vils. He's also in on Leary, and he's killing villagers, but Heart's there to help. Is there an opportunity for Aftermath to stay alive in this one?
Heart's got to get over to MBL's base. MBL has to save as many villagers as he can.
Yeah. I don't know, Dave. I don't know, because soon Doubt is going to have Arbalest. If Doubt was still in Castle, I'd say they might have a chance, but Doubt is going to have Arbalest, and he's going to get Bracer, and he has 68 military! Chukunu's now being added in. How strong is this from Doubt and Viper? Ridiculous play. I think the damage was done early on in Feudal Age and in Castle Age, and now MBL is just fleeing the scene. He's just running away because he knew that he would lose everything if he stayed. Luckily, he chose the right MTC.
Win condition for AM is you gotta wait long enough until all three of your players can get into the field.
Yeah.
You'll be eventually 3v2 essentially, but
yeah.
I mean, MBL's losing his base. Even Tato is towering Heart now.
Yeah, tower on the wood line. I mean, that's smart. Oh, God! Oh, God! I assume that was a TC from Heart. He just lost that foundation there to Viper's Cavalier, who patrolled into
really
that.
Bad.
And now MBL's next TC is going to go down, so he'll have to think about running here. Not even worth it, honestly. You're not going to be able to get away. The sling too strong. MBL losing so much. It's back to Leary now. Leary needs to get here with camel archers. It's going to be camel archers and conks that maybe turn this game around.
And Leary and Hart do have really good economies.
Yeah.
So they maybe if MBL can escape and they can hold then and wait for MBL to get back into the game. I mean, the thing for Aftermath, they need all 3 of their players
to beat
combat this sling.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Tato, to those wondering, Tato's just built a tower, so he's not doing anything past that. He recognizes the importance of wood. Viper also about to hit the wood line. Hart's been chasing these Cavalier rounds ever since they entered Leary's base. And Viper's finally going to find some build kills. Really good stuff from Viper, but Hart, of course, spotting it. Also strong from him. Now,
Tato's got a Vil back there as well. That could come into play.
Building an outpost, okay. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. He's still in feudal age. Now, you know what he could do is he could try and wall off the trade area. That would be an idea. Well, Viper getting cleaned up in Hart's base, but look at the numbers he has with Doubt in the middle of the map. And they're getting very close to Leary. The issue with Leary's units is that it's expensive. Camel archers are strong, but it's expensive, and he doesn't have the eco to have the numbers to catch up to what Viper and Doubt have. He also does not have elite, and he's not even close to affording that.
Look at Doubt's military right now. Insane!
It is
He's
insane,
a monster!
Man.
87!
We saw this in other games as well. He's very good with archers, and he give Viper the faster units like Cavalier and Paladin. But still, they haven't done much else after entering MBL's base, have they? It seems like they will now start adding trade. Tato hits Castle, and he might sling from Castle Age, or he might go to Imp, I'm not sure. Tato going for the walls. They have yet to really be comfortable pushing in, and this is giving Leary time to get elite camel archer. So maybe there's a chance. And it's also elite conquistador. Aftermath holding in Leary's base. That's where their whole army is, but they are playing the reactive way now. They have to react to TyRanT, and Viper doing the right thing and going right to MBL's base because he saw the military at Leary's. Oh god! This is so bad for MBL. He's at 25 villagers and he'll lose 5 more. What a play from Viper there. Now, Viper's not next to Doubt, but does Doubt need help? Doubt has 90 military. That's more than the other 2 players against him there. We'll see, man. We'll see. The fact is, TyRanT is adding trade, so it will be easier and easier for them to replenish their forces now. And also, they're cutting off the corners, which is so important in team games. So Aftermath, they really can't start their trade. I believe Tato's villager that was in the back of the base is... Oh, there's another one.
Going.
Yeah, he's still back there. I thought it was a woman earlier. I guess she's dead. Hart's now switching into Cavalier, so he'll go the Paladin route. I just don't know if they'll have the resources for this, man.
Doubt is getting siege rim. He's built up near Hart's base, so he's going to start pushing there. Hart needs to get those Cavaliers out fast.
Yeah, he needs a lot of time to do that, man. He just got scale barding armor, but...
And look at this massive fight in the middle. Oh my goodness.
Let's see how it goes. You know, the camel archers, they're picking off the Cavalier quite easily. The conquistadors will do so as well. It's just down to the patrol from Doubt behind all of this. With the elite Chukunu and the Arbalest, he's chewing up so many conks and camel archers. Viper barely even attacking here. He's just mainly the meat shield for Doubt. You know what? Doubt's at 75 military. Viper's still at 50 military.
And Doubt's pushing in now on Hart's base.
Oh, and here it goes with the forward castles as well. Oh, this is maybe the finishing blow. Tato's on the way to Imp, so he can add Persian Paladins. And I don't think Leary and Hart have done enough. They have not cleaned up this army. It's still round to doing damage. They've not done enough to justify coming over here to help.
They've also got the trade up and running.
Yep.
And AM really hasn't gotten anything out. They're just starting now.
Well, and this was a 3v2 for a while, but now MBL's virtually dead. So it's about to be a 3v2 with TyRanT having 3 as Tato's going to get into the game.
Arbalest here in the middle. Well, he's going to lose a few, but taking out a lot of camel archers there.
What a game. I mean, Viper and Doubt, they've been right next to each other almost all game. Talk about that snowball effect, man. It all started with Leary and Feudal Age, and here we are in Imp, and they're still having issues after that. And Hart lost 1 castle. He will lose 2 castles. And he's going to lose Eco that he will need to transition into Paladins, which he simply cannot afford to even create. I mean, I see Leary, and I think, okay, he has 50 Camel Archers, maybe, but I feel like the damage is being done now. TyRanT going to have that trade, and I think they're on their way to winning the first game of this series. Oh, God, man. I want to say there's a chance, but I see MBL's population. MBL simply just does not have the numbers to contribute. He would have to trade and at Eco for the next 15-20 minutes, and it's got to be all Leary and Hart if they do this.
Well, Doubt's losing all his 2 canoes in Hart's base, completely surrounded. Viper running right in with those Cavaliers. He's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Maybe just even go for the markets? Go for the trade?
I think they put a lot of focus on that, haven't they? Tato with the outposts, and you know what? The wood line is set up in an awful way for, oh, look at this. Tato's going to build stables with that villager in the back.
Yeah, he's getting Paladin. He's getting Paladin right now.
Yeah, I think even the trade...
you that, Phil.
You see where the trade's running. Look where Leary built his markets. It's going to run through the wood line and around, right where Viper's Cavalier are now at. Yeah, he's on the trade. You know, the next wave of Doubt is coming in. And the trade cart's looking very good for TyRanT. 23 for Viper, 24 for Tato, 7 for Doubt. And that will only climb. That's a huge advantage. The only person with trade for Aftermath is MBL. And MBL has 6. And some of them are getting killed off by Viper's Cavalier.
Yeah, you can't let a team like TyRanT get in a position like this because they just go on autopilot.
Yeah.
They know exactly what to do.
Well, Leary,
it's really bad for you.
Leary's going to try and stop this trade from flowing. He's running in with Camel Archers. And Viper's building a castle there to protect that open area, but the castle has not gone up. Now Viper spots it immediately, and he's reacting with some skirms. But Leary could kill a lot of trade. And now Doubt building a bombard tower. They're going to try and place towers here to protect it. This is as Doubt pushes in versus Hart. I'd like to remind you guys.
Doubt's going to lose his army here, maybe. We'll see.
Ooh.
Maybe the Rams can soak up enough damage.
Oh, God. Once again, he's going to lose his Shukunus and his Arbalest. You know what? If TyRanT wasn't stopping the trade, I would say that Aftermath could do this, but they are still like being annoying in the trade route. Look at the right-hand side where Viper is with his light cav. They're still annoying the trade. So because of that,
from Tato
yeah, because of that, I feel like TyRanT's still looking very good. But I will say they haven't finished off Aftermath as fast as I thought they would. They've had the sling for more than half this game now, and Aftermath's still kicking.
Yeah, but MBL's at even less villagers than he was 10
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah, for sure. He's at 30 population. He has just been trading now, and I feel like he would just send whatever gold he got to his allies. Feels like it's just a matter of time, but I think Tato's going to need to join the party here on the front. You know, he has these stables out of the line of sight of Aftermath. Aftermath does not know about the stables there. That villager pretty clutch. This would be one hell of a comeback if they could do it. And this is only game 1, ladies and gentlemen. This is a best of 7. Winning team gets $3,000 or around $3,000, not the exact amount. And there we go. Aftermath going to call the GG.
Well played, TyRanT. Very, very well played.
Tato starting with the Drush. I think it did something there. Maybe it made Leary think twice about going for scouts because he wouldn't have the food from the zebras. I'm not too sure, but I think it all comes back to the decision from Leary to go archers, and then Viper and Doubt 2v1ing him. You can't take losses like that if you're Aftermath. The KD was awful in Feudal and Castle, and it's Leary, the MVP of Aftermath. What a game, man. What a game.
You know, The one thing the Drush might have done. Actually, are you still on the map?
I can go back. Yep.
Okay, look in the bottom corner. I don't know if you mentioned that. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's absolutely hilarious.
MBL.
The archery range.
That is such an MBL thing. There's only 2 people in the world who would be near death and who would try to go for the trade
I
raid.
like
It'd
no,
be
no, no, I
MBL
like
and Vivi.
all the bodies there. I could tell are MBL villagers. I don't even know what happened over there.
Oh, that's so funny. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, I like I was saying, I think the Drush, the one thing it did do was prevent Hart from going military in feudal age. He went straight up to
Yeah.
conquistadors, and he couldn't support his allies. Like if he had gone scouts, maybe it would have been a completely different story.
Yeah. Well, there's the KD. Doubt. I have to give him credit because he did not receive the majority of the sling. Lots of kills for him and very dominant army numbers. Viper, his movement is really what started it all. Tato started with the Drush. He then passed the torch to Viper with his resources, and Viper's movement just kept Aftermath on their toes. Now, the sling, I gotta show you the other achievements here. The sling is something we have seen a lot from TyRanT and most teams in this tournament. We have not seen Aftermath do it. Now, will they think about it? Because it worked really well for TyRanT. Sometimes the way to counter it is to then say, maybe MBL, send resources to Leary. You have to recognize they're doing it and do the same thing. I don't know what their strategy choices will be going into the next game. But what I do know is that game 2 is Donut, which is one of my favorite maps from this tournament. All right. Z to the Ibra, thank you for 18 months, chat. Can we get the T90 woos again for all this? Holy cow, this is going to be a lot of reading. Bullet says... I have no clue what that is, Bullet. Never mind. Thank you so much for the 5.
What did he say? What did he say?
Like, hi, Chan will probably win 3-0 against Tailbot Poggers.
Nice.
Okay, that's a message to Dave, I assume. Llama Raid Will, thank you for gifting the sub to Ragnar. Ragnar, enjoy the emotes, man. Watcher Outside with the $1 says, hey man, love the YouTube content. Unfortunately, time zones are a bitch. Keep it up. Thank you for the $1, man. Elo Adventure, Lord Ghost, thank you for the subs. Shavi from Hell, welcome back. Kulu, thank you. In Green Heaven says, I am the most important viewer on this channel. Yeah, you are. Just don't tell the others that.
Debatable.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, guys. So this is a viewer record. We have 3,600 people here. We have blown the viewer record out of the water. I got a host last week from Wagamama, and we were just over 4K. And prior to that host, we were at 2.9K. So all of you here, you are part of T90 official history, potentially Age of Empires 2 history, depending on what the result is here, because Aftermath could break TyRanT hearts today. It's an amazing tournament, and you guys are all amazing. Really appreciate you.
3,500.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
I got 35 once.
You did.
That was my shining moment. You just put me to shame. You just thrown me in the dumpster. Oh,
Yeah.
God damn.
That's the only reason I started streaming, was to throw you in the dumpster.
Typical.
All right, guys. So we just saw the civilizations play. Let me tick off the civs they just used, as they cannot reuse them. I thought Vietnamese was a questionable pick there, but Berber is certainly one of the strongest picks, arguably Spanish as well. So Aftermath can no longer use those civs they lost with. We had Chinese, Portuguese, and Persians for the TyRanTs. So if you're wondering what civs they have available for the next games, these are them. And as we go through the games, I'll tick off all the civs. Next game should be starting within a couple minutes, and it's going to be a long one. Donut is a crazy, crazy map.
Did my volume peak after I moved my mic away from my face?
When you get excited.
Oh, man, I guess I just won't get excited.
Yeah, you gotta stay really mellow, man. Enough of that excitement. No. Yeah. Just a tad, though. It's not too bad, but it's at least noticeable. Okay, so after the next game, I'm going to give away the first gift card from PGI. And this is a $150 gift card. I'll be giving away 5 of them today. I'll give you more details on that, but if you're thinking about stepping away, don't do that. These games are going to be good. I will give away 5 $150 gift cards to the PGI store. And PGI put up $2,500 for this tournament. And they're going to spread some more love throughout this community. Kobe with $25 says, the problem with Twitch is now I have nothing to watch on YouTube all week. I could recommend a couple videos, man. After the stream, I can recommend some of the classic videos that only have a couple hundred views and nobody ever gets back to see.
I know a video you should go watch. And it's on my channel.
No!
And you should skip till the end of it.
No! Dave casted a game I played. Don't go to his channel. Do not type !Dave and subscribe to him. Do not do it.
Just go to the last 10 minutes.
Sunsea, well, thank you for being here, dude. Good to see you here again. Everybody, if you're looking to support what I do, the best way to do so is just subscribing to the stream. I see so many new subs here today. Thank you, JJ Crackers, Pancake Batter Mixer, Mr. Flower. Thank you, guys. Oh, God, there's a lot of ! Daves. The reverse psychology worked. So game 2 is going to start. It will be Donut. Man, I'm getting hungry now. We got Pancake Batter Mix and Donut. When you type that, the link will show up once because the command has a cooldown. So you got to look for that link somewhere. But anyway, guys, game 2 is here. Damn, if I do caps, it doesn't work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of the Battle of Africa Grand Finals. This map is Donut, and it is my favorite map from this tournament. TyRanT won the first game, I would say convincingly. They've subbed out Doubt, and they brought in Jordan 23. It's still Leary, MBL, and Hart for Aftermath. I will start with Aftermath, as they're going to need a result here. First off, we have Leary, who was under a lot of pressure last time. He's playing as Aztecs in the green. His pocket is MBL. MBL is playing as Celts in the gray. Then we have Hart. Hart is the other flank, and he is playing as Teutons for Aftermath. And up against Hart, we will have Tato. Tato is playing as the Vikings. His pocket is Jordan 23, who's playing as the Saracens. And then we have the Viper up against Leary on this side, playing as the Malay. These are civilizations that I have seen pretty consistently on this map. They're very strong late game civilizations, and I find it interesting that Jordan is not playing, because the last time we saw this map, it was Finland versus TyRanT, and Doubt was under a lot of criticism with his gameplay. Maybe they wanted Jordan instead.
You mean 120 trade cards?
They had something ridiculous. I forget. I mean, I think that people who are criticizing criticizing Doubt after that Donut game were just not giving enough credit to Max, because he played insane. But we did see a sling last time, and we saw Lames last time as well, and Leary's already forward trying to steal these goats from Viper. Viper not too happy about that, and Viper might be trying to bait Leary into going for his Rhino. I think Viper's waiting to see if one of his Rhinos starts running off, and Leary is wise to it. He doesn't want to steal the Rhino because he knows Viper will block him.
Interesting matchup here, Aztecs versus Malay. I mean, Aztecs kind of... There's a temptation to go for monks, but Malay are very good against monks.
Tato debated as well. Tato debated as well. He was waiting for Hart to steal his Rhino. Let's see if this lane will be successful. Hart is very close to his TC with this. On the other side, we have scouts from both the other Aftermath and TyRanT players fighting. It seems like this Rhino will be brought in. Very strong lane from Hart. And Tato trying to block. There must have been a pause because there's a bit of a stutter for us here. But Tato's going to lose out on his Rhino. What a start here for Aftermath. And the other side is very interesting as well, man. The fact that Jordan and Leary now running around with their scouts. MBL lost a lot of HP, it seems, as did Viper, so weak scouts on that side, probably no lames. Dave, I'm going to be honest, I was getting so hyped about the lame, I completely forgot your point already that you brought up. I think you mentioned Aztecs, so could you bring that back up again?
I mentioned the temptation for Aztecs to go monks, and Malay are quite good against monks, and Also, AM opting for Teutons, which gives them a bonus against it. Monks are very good in these choke pointy situations, as we
Yeah.
saw with Max in that Finland game.
Yep, you're right about that, man. And Leary being a bit over-aggressive on this side. Jordan and Viper working well together. They might have weak scouts, but they killed the Eagle of Leary. Leary even went for a Vil pick and was unsuccessful. Now, we get to see one of my favorite things. I believe you invented the term, Dave. We get to see the dock blocks. So normally what we see, as this map has some water in the choke points, is a dock and walls. Can you dock block the area between Heart and Tato, though? That's a lot of water. I guess you'd have to wall. Yeah, you'd have to wall in this direction and then build the dock in that one tile gap. Yeah. So normally that means that they'll drush the wall behind the drush, and then they can protect the water with a few demos and fire galleys, and then it'll go late game. And because it almost always goes late game, Finland, they slung the Max when they played TyRanT, and Max was melee during that matchup. Well, look, Viper is melee. We'll see if TyRanT goes for a similar strategy. Oh, is Heart going to lose a Vil here? Oh, he didn't have Loom. Heart is going to need to be careful with his scout as well. He got the extra food with the Rhino, but lost out into that map control because he can't push out with his scout, and Tato's being very active on the front with this. He wants to see what Heart is going for.
The Drush as well as Viper, already engaging.
Yep.
And Viper is in trouble here.
Oh, MBL's been so smart using his scout. I think that was on 7 HP last I looked. So Viper, he lost his scout. He was not expecting this. Lost his militia, and now this villager's exposed. It's not often you see Viper caught off guard. It's also not often you see Leary caught off guard, and we saw that last game. So the quality of these teams on display here. Now here comes Tato with his drush. And this is something that Heart is going to have to defend with, and he's making his own militia now. I think he expects it. Well, Aztec should have the advantage when it comes to the drush because they start with the extra golds. So this is where Viper just needs to take as good a trade as possible. Watch MBL try and trick him with the scout. He's going to try and tempt Viper to come back to attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And the second Viper comes back to attack him, he'll run away. Jordan even
very
showing
interesting play from Viper. He sent 3 villagers out and he was taking the gold, which enabled him to make 2 more militia. Because he already lost 2, so he's got 3 to defend. He's going for the dock already. He wants to get that walled off, and then he can go deal with the militia from Leary.
Yeah, well, the idea of a drush is to get map control. It is to delay eco, and so far that has been successful on this side. Viper's on straggler trees, and Viper's had to create a lot of extra militia, as well as adding walls. And Jordan, is he gonna... Oh, Jordan loses his scout, and MBL's was only on 2 HP. That's a bit of a throw from Jordan 23. That should not have happened. That could be a big deal.
And now, what is Heart doing on the other side? Is he going to batter down this dock or one of these walls?
Feels like a tower. It feels like a tower. Yes, he is going to tower. You know, I was skeptical when I saw him going up to Feudal Age and making militia. I was thinking, what is his plan going to be in Feudal? Normally it'd be Man-at-Arms. I haven't seen that often on this map. And yes, he is going to go Man-at-Arms, and he's going to go with the towers. And there's nothing Tato can do. He can't build a defensive tower. He can't build anything out of his docks because he's in Dark Age. Good stuff from Heart. And he's going to go right through the dock, isn't he?
He's got to get this down before a demo comes out.
Yeah. I
think he can.
I think he can. MBL's also adding scouts, it seems, which is very unorthodox. You know, I thought he'd go fast castle. So there'll be a lot of pressure on Tato. And Viper, he's still taking poor engagements. Viper has 0 kills, 3 deaths. Just from a single drush. And he's also still in Dark Age, Dave. This is really... Like, how many docks is Viper building? What on earth are we seeing from him?
This is crazy. I mean, 3 docks there, and like Jordan, you look at MBL already with the scouts, Jordan just now getting the stable down.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting that Heart is Teutons. He's tower rushing with Teutons, and he will be able to deny all the golds of Tato because the golds are forward. He does know about the one to the south a bit, but that gold's going to be easy to deny. What a play from Aftermath here. I mean, it was a tough start for them last time, but they're all over TyRanT in game 2.
Okay, so Jordan's going Castle Age, so he's just going to go into Knights. I thought he might create a few scouts to help Viper out, but it looks like Viper's got it handled.
Yeah, and Leary's on the way to Castle now as well. So, I mean, he is Aztecs. He will have the monks to convert any knights that might come his way. And back to Heart's point of view, he is missing this gold, which is unfortunate. I think that he would want to tower that. But he has delayed Tato in a big, big way. And Viper, being the great team player that he is, he's sending his 3 weak militia over to help out Tato. What a player. It's like, I'll help you, buddy.
Leary is also on the way to Castle Age, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know exactly what he'll go for here. He might just go straight into a boom because he's walled up. You'd have a big advantage over Viper if he does that. Now here comes these scouts from MBL. I think that any attack here will be short-lived, as Jordan has had time to prepare for this after Tato told him the scouts were there. Now, Tato has done an exceptional job defending versus Tower Rush. He took out that tower. He's again building a defensive tower. I mean, Tato is known for his own tower, so I guess he'd be the guy to know how to defend against this. Both towers will go up once again, so Tato will not have that safe golds. But he can go here, and that's something that Hart didn't see. It was just inches in it. Hart didn't see that. So it might not be too bad for Tato. If he can stabilize with the help of Jordan, if Hart can't get up to castle fast, it might not be the end of the world for TyRanT here.
You know, does Tato go for a sling in this situation?
Probably. I mean, well, who do you sling? Viper, he's just hit feudal. Maybe you sling him to castle. Okay, he's on his way to castle.
Malay.
Yeah. Sling him for the elephants, but then you're up against Aztecs. You know, I feel like if it's an Imperial Age sling, it makes sense. But a Castle Age sling, probably not. I guess you could make an argument for it, and maybe the TyRanTs are talking about that themselves. I want to look at Hart's economy. See, he did go forward, but his economy is not too bad, and he has gone for his own dock block now. So he'll be in Castle Age soon, and probably on par with Tato in all honesty. Well, what is Tato doing with these villas? Does he want to kill this tower? Oh god, this is interesting. The spear's coming forward from Hart to kill Jordan's camel. And Tato was maybe considering going with a counter attack there. Hart gonna plug the gap. Very aggressive start to this game. Normally it's not so aggressive. Normally it's very passive.
Okay, Leary's gonna go Siege Monk. These docks from Viper could counter that quite well if he times the production correctly.
How many TCs is Leary on? So he at least has gone for 2 town centers, so he'll have a little bit more eco going for him if it falls back.
And there's the first galley out. Can it kill the monk in time? Can he get him in
the conversion
time?
will come in. He'll need to delete that, Viper. Viper built these docks very early. He's just hit Castle Age, but he is adding a town center. He doesn't have the resources to make these galleys. He's going for a demo raft, though. Oh, boy. Leary can see this. I have never seen a demo raft go after a Maganel. I assume it kills it.
Also, Tato tried to build a dock out of the way for sneaky demos.
Oh my god!
Oh
that
man!
was both Maganels! Oh, that was so sick! From Viper, 1 away to holds. Oh man, that was exactly what chat wanted. Yeah, and there's the sneaky dock from Tato. You're right, he can send his own demos right through. There's still no sign of what Hart will be going for, but Hart adding his own demo raft. I mean, that really hurts Leary because he's put a lot of resources into the Maganels and the Monk push. So he's getting Monk upgrades now. He's just getting techs that so far he has been unable to use. The Viper is ahead in villagers now. He's been able to hold against this. And good stuff from him. Hart is on the way to castle. He's ahead of Tato in that, and he has a lot of stone. Unsure on if he will build a castle or what. I somehow feel like it'll come out. I just don't know when. If he sends any military, Tato could send his own demos, as you pointed out.
Oh, he's converting the docks. He's converting the docks,
With
Leary.
redemption! A demo's coming out of each of these docks as well. It takes a while to convert buildings, but Viper, he's just gonna delete that dock and pray that this one doesn't get converted, because then Leary could use this. Oh, he's gotten it. Okay, Viper should get the demo raft out of this dock here. Let's see. Oh, the countdown is on for this demo raft and the conversion. Come on, old man.
Don't bring the other monk close.
Oh,
he got
it! At 96%, he got it. Oh, man, he had faith, guys. Just have faith. Believe, and it'll happen. A Viper now, he has no way of defending this area. Leary, with the smart move of getting redemption, has converted all the docks, and now Viper's scrambling, and he's going to build a defensive castle, which should go up. But, wow, what an interesting game we have here. And Tato building his own dock right next to Heart's docks. And, Leary converting a villager, you know, just being annoying here. That's essentially a kill for him, which is good, but maybe he can do a little bit more around this castle, like loop around to the TCs. I'm not so sure.
So the best counter against monks other than scouts, which Jordan has actually made and is sending forward, which could be really, really bad for Leary, is those karambits, of course.
Yep. And it seems like the monks will die. Oh, actually, Leary got the camel. A nice conversion from Leary to get the camel, so monks will stay alive. And you're right, the karambits are fantastic. So I think this is where Leary starts to wall up at home and add more eco, and that's exactly what he is doing.
Also, I don't even know what's going on the other side. There's a long ship in that dock from Tato. There's a demo coming out right now.
Oh, is he gonna get the spears? He will get the spears. Not that that really matters too much, but it looks cool.
Long ships, man.
Long boats.
Long boats.
Let's go. Can we get the T90 goes in the chat? Long boats, demos, what a map. And what a game so far. A game that Aftermath so badly needs. They need to tie it up here. You know, Leary should expect the karambits, so he'll need to pay attention. And MBL is about to hit Imp, by the way, Dave, with that strong Celt boom. I don't know exactly what he'll send just yet. I hear a siege workshop, so maybe he'll go with the almighty Celt siege.
I think he'll go with Wodes as well. He's on stone right now.
Yeah. So Woad Raiders siege from MBL, that is expected. Jordan, he hasn't played a huge part in this game.
Here come the karambits. The monks have a lot of HP.
Yeah,
the monks
they do.
have a lot of HP.
And the Maganel also killing 2 karambits there.
That micro, though, from Leary.
That was so good. How do you micro all those karambits? You have to click them all, and still he comes out on top with 4 monks alive. That was unreal from Leary. I was kind of thinking he might be having a rough start to the final after last game, but man, he's really turned on the style here. The Maganels from Heart versus the longboats. There were a few monks here. The monks got chewed up by Tato's longboats. And I think Heart is going to have to just fall back now. And Tato adding lots of extra docks now. We know what Vikings are good at. It is Navy. There's going to need to be a plan to stop that if you're Aftermath. Unreal. Leary on the way to the Imperial. That is before Viper. And Viper has had to invest into more karambits that would slow down his imp time. So, Dave, can we briefly talk about what compositions we might expect here? I think that Mameluke, Siege Onager, I mean, Saracens get everything, don't they? So,
well, I mean, they're going to have to worry about MBL because he's cutting through with an Onager right now. He's going to avoid that water.
Oh my, what a play.
Go Tato's base.
What a play. Tato expecting to hold with the longboats and the walls. MBL goes for the faster Imperial. He's going into Onager and
maybe
how...
a castle on that gold?
Oh, he is going to build a castle. What a play. If this ends up working out, and I think it will, this will be an incredible play. Tato does not see this yet. He has no clue this is happening. MBL is just passing, chat. He's just passing. Can
Tato see it now? He sees the edge of the castle.
He sees it, but what can he do? He can't do anything. He doesn't have military on lands. He's getting coinage to sling as well, and he's getting castled. He won't have the comfort to sling. He cannot hide behind walls here. And
And
meanwhile,
Leary
on the
going
other
forward with
side,
the castle as well.
and I think he got more conversions as well. He has 31 kills, 23 deaths. Viper has 22 kills and 50 deaths. A lot of those deaths probably to his own karambits.
Those monks, they're healing each other faster than the karambits can damage.
Yeah, unreal. And now, of course, since Leary is faster to the next stage, he can make trebuchets to push back
Look at
Viper's
Tato
castles.
with the longboats. He's into their base. He's in.
I mean, he can't do anything with that, though. That's the thing. He can't do anything. And, you know, his gold, which earlier Aftermath did not see, is now lost. MBL can build a second castle, and he can add loads. And I don't even think that Hart needs to worry about the water from Tato now. He has a castle there. Like, all they need to worry about, as MBL now dock blocking the back, because Tato might run around. All they need to worry about is maybe Viper on this side, or Jordan once he joins the equation, but Jordan has yet to be seen.
Another castle from MBL going down. Oh, this is so bad for Tato.
Oh my goodness, what a play.
And here comes Jordan.
Yeah, it's all about Jordan, because Jordan's getting Mamluk, and I feel like Mamluk can beat the current composition that MBL has, depending on micro. Oh, and Tato with a very clutch castle deny. He's gotten guard tower to deny this. MBL's going to have to take down the towers before he finishes that. Let's not forget that Viper, he has been repairing his castle. He's had more castles as well, so he's caught up in the treb count. And all we've really seen from Leary are monks, and at some point, the monks are just not going to be enough. Can he kill that treb from Viper? No, those karambits just thrown away. Viper with the repairs, more and more monks. Now pikemen from Leary as well. Jordan on the other side, he's microing down these onagers, but I don't know if that's really worth it. Still, Tato, he's slinging, but he's still slowly dying. I guess it's down to when Hart gets into the game, Dave, and he's about to. Okay, so crazy thought. Do you go Teutonic Knights if you're Hart?
Does the other team have a counter to it? Not currently.
No, they don't
They
have a
have
counter
nothing
to
that
it.
can counter
It would be
that.
archers, and there's no archers whatsoever from Tato. The one issue I foresee is that Viper, he has elite karambits and 2 castles, and he's trebbing down Leary's castle. So I think Leary needs to fall back. And I feel like then maybe Hart should send villagers to build stables. And you know what? Tato's cutting that possibility off. Do you see that? So if Hart wants to send Vills to build stables, to send Paladin to help out Leary, he can't do that because of Tato's longboats.
And Jordan killing another treb, that castle's still not down for MBL.
And Jordan has a castle here with a treb attacking that castle foundation. So I think this
MBL
is looking good for TyRanT.
MBL's only got 1 villager forward. He can't follow up with any other vills because those longboats were blocking the way. So his push is going to be a bit slowed down here.
And now on the other side, Viper's pushing with the elite karambits. He has so many of them. And I don't care if there's longswords here. It doesn't matter. The karambits are so much better in these engagements. TyRanT, over the last 10 minutes, they've held and they're pushing back in a huge way. They're even into Leary's base. Oh God, and Hart can't get here to help. Leary has 5 military, Dave. His barracks are being taken down. Viper taking down the production buildings. There's no docks, so no demo ships, really. Leary has 1 dock, but that won't save him now. Oh my word,
Jordan's
TyRanT
holding
looking
on the other
so
side
good.
too. And Tato's on the way to him.
So Tato, he can send in the Arbalest. And I think Leary's gonna die. Like, Hart can't help him. MBL, he's not really prepared to help. Now, Hart is on the way, but has Leary taken too many losses? It seems like he has. He's at 80 bills. Unbelievable from TyRanT. Wow, man. This is so unexpected. MBL building a castle to help. Look how desperate Aftermath look now. Viper sees it. He knows it's going to go up. He knows that MBL might be able to make World Raiders to assist versus the Karambits, but he's taking so much map control. And now Tato, he's going to have his base back. He's going to have his gold back. And this is even before Jordan 23 shows up at Heart's base with the Mamelukes. Game 2, huge score lead for TyRanT, Dave. Is there any way back for Aftermath?
What a beast mode performance here from Viper. Just turning that on its head.
Yeah.
Going with those karambits, and Leary is tossing away units currently. He can't stop this. MBL's got to come in clutch here.
The crazy thing about the Karambit Warriors is that they're so... Even though they die in a 1v1 versus two-handed swordsman or champion, they're so cheap and they take up half a pop space that they'll always win an engagement. You would need to have 40 to 50 champions and still be spamming them on your own to win fights versus this. And Leary, like he really didn't prepare for Viper to have so many Karambits. And Monk's certainly not going to help him here.
I think Aftermath has a chance to clear this up, but they gotta do it before Jordan gets over here with those Mamluks.
Yeah, and this is, of course, going to be difficult for them as Tato has control of the water on his side, and Jordan can run right through. And he just has to trap down the castle from Hart, and Hart is currently getting Paladin. He's preoccupied helping out versus Viper. Viper has fallen back now, but they're going to need to hold for a while to get Leary's population back up. He's only at 57 bills. It's just a wasteland, man. He doesn't have a lot here anymore. And now Tato's come to the other side to add docks. What a play. He's gonna add...
He's getting elite longboat.
Elite longboats. Wow, you know, I love how TyRanT has played game 1 and 2. Tato, he always has the out-of-the-box strategies. He went with the Drush in the first game into the sling. Now he's going with the longboats. And man, I'm surprised he's still alive after that cut from MBL because it looked really bad for him.
And
now,
Viper is going to be adding an elephant Mamluk longboat composition.
That's tough, man. The monks probably
and they're
won't
pushing
offer
on
enough.
the other side too. Here comes Jordan.
They're gonna take down the castle, and then the Mamluks will kill everything that Hart currently has. The only thing that he could use is the Teutonic Knights versus the Mamluks, but he doesn't have the numbers. Can MPO get a big shot to save him here? Jordan, he sees the Onagers once again. He's played so well, man. Killing the Onagers in the siege. He's going into Hart's eco. Oh my god. And still at the same time, Viper and Tato mounting a push in the south. They have to get Leary into the game. You know what? Maybe they just need to give Leary gold for monks, and they need to hope for the best with conversions. But TyRanT's all over them, man. TyRanT is all over them yet again. Great stuff from them. And I have to credit Jordan, who didn't really show himself in the early stages of the game because he was booming up. His activity with the Mamelukes is very strong, and he's building castles and production buildings on the other side to even add in monks alongside his Mamelukes. And oh, the trade has begun as well. Jordan's just running right around to get into the trade. So Hart trying to add trade cards so they can get some gold, as he's just lost gold villagers and he doesn't have access to his gold. And the trade is not going to run efficiently with the Mamelukes in there.
And I mean, even if they clear that stuff up from Jordan, Tato can always loop around with the longboats.
Yep.
And get into the trade again.
This is crazy. I did not expect to see longboats on both sides, but I guess they chose Vikings for a reason here. And Aftermath calling the GG in game 2. TyRanT, the team that got 3-0'd by Aftermath in the group stages, they are now up 2-0 in the grand finals. What a performance from TyRanT there.
Like, that was a hell of a turnaround there.
I think that this game is all about your late game compositions, and potentially that push from MBL and that push from Hart was ill-advised because Jordan, he was untouched, he was just booming, and it made it so easy for him to push back. I think the only true weak point there was maybe when MBL dropped the castle, but then Jordan already had Trebs. And then Viper, of course, but Viper, I credit him for defending alone. He had more than one castle. Amazing stuff. And a lot of people were questioning subbing Jordan 23 out. Well, TyRanT showing you why they did that. Jordan 23, fantastic in late game. We're going to see game 3 now. And Aftermath, they need a victory here, man. It is Arabia. Last time I saw them play TyRanT on Arabia, they destroyed them. And they need a victory. They can't go down 3-0 on a best of 7. I mean, I'd love the reverse sweep to happen, but it's unlikely, isn't it?
Unreal. I thought Viper was done there.
I thought Viper was done and I thought Tato was done. I thought they were both done because that was such a good castle from MBL and it was such a clutch move as well with the cut. Anyway, the next game will be Arabia. I have to be rather quick with this giveaway, so let me do this. Chat, I'm going to explain this. So PGI is a big sponsor of this tournament with $3,000. They've given me 5 $150 gift cards for their store. So if you're looking into a new PC, you can get it off their store and get $150 for free here. If you'd like to enter this giveaway, what you need to do is you need to type the word, we'll just do TyRanT since they won that game. So type the word TyRanT. I know if we do Africa, it might trigger some commands. If you want in on this, type the word TyRanT, and then you'll be entered into the giveaway. I will have... Hold on a second, guys.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and of course it just didn't register. 1 second. Keyword. Let me test it. Can someone type the word enter now? I apologize. I tested this last night.
Enter, boys.
Yeah, try enter now. I'm sorry. Huh.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, well, I tested this last night and it worked, and now for some reason it's not working. Let me make sure the next game is not going to start. We'll get the giveaway sorted. It's a lot of people typing. I'm sorry the system is being weird at the moment. You know what I can do? I can just do it from active people in the chat. So it doesn't matter what you say. Just say anything in the chat and you'll be entered into this. If I roll you, I'm going to have a moderator contact you and just get some contact information for you. So just type anything in the chat and this should work. Or maybe not. I think we're going to have to postpone this till the next game. I apologize, the giveaway system doesn't seem to be working, and I'm not sure why. You know, I had an issue with it on the old system. I'll check the old system, see if that's active, but the new system worked last night. All right, chat. It doesn't seem like it's going to work, so we'll have to do it afterwards, okay? Sorry about the tease there. That's a bummer. Since Game 3 is going to be starting soon, we'll just have to get right into that. Get the T90 rigs in the chat, my bad. MX, thank you for the Prime. Saber, thank you for 13 months. Urban, welcome back for 7. Thank you. Ice Fisher, thank you for the Prime. Schmers, thank you for the Prime as well. Riot Dash says I walk away for 10 seconds. And it's looking GG the other way now. What did I miss? I know, man. That turned around so fast. Thank you for the bits. FaZe and Bloody Fanatic, thank you guys for the Prime subs. If I could have one of my mods look into a giveaway extension, because the Nightbot one didn't work for me for whatever reason. Might have to find a different way to do this. Game 3 is going to be Arabia, and Aftermath needs a victory, for sure. I guess worst case scenario, we might have to do it after all the games today. And I can sort it out then.
Yeah, he's just keeping them to himself.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to take them all for myself. I need a new PC. That's a bit weird. Anyway, I'll deal with that later because the next game's going to begin soon. I should point out, by the way, subscribers to the stream get 4 times the extra entries into the giveaway. Once I sort it out, for some reason it wouldn't register that you guys were in chat. Maybe we have so many people that the system wouldn't work. Who knows?
Don't get cocky, kid.
Godlike Admin says, I want to support you with everything I have, but Amazon Prime is the only thing I have. That's fine, man. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't give me everything you have. That's a bit excessive. Thank you for the 3 months. All right, here we are, game 3 in the Battle of Africa tournament. This is a game that Aftermath needs.
Yes.
They are now down 2 games. TyRanT have played very, very well. In fact, I would say surprisingly well, considering how they played versus Aftermath in prior matches. I'm going to introduce Aftermath, and we'll talk about these civs. This is the good old classic Arabia map. Leary is the flank for his team. He's playing as the Incas. The pocket then is MBL. MBL is playing as the Burmese. And then we have Hart in the blue, and Hart is playing as the Malians. Up against Hart is Tato. Tato is playing as the Italians. Viper is the pocket for TyRanT. Now, he's Mayans. Interesting. They probably don't want Mayans as pocket, but they want Viper as pocket. So, pretty weird mix there. And then the flank is Doubt. So he's playing as the Huns for TyRanT. We're going to have to keep an eye on lames, as people will likely try and steal elephants and goats from each other, get that extra food. And then we can talk a little bit more about the civs once we realize, gain our bearings here.
So,
I don't see any lames so far. Go ahead, Dave.
No, Leary's elephants are at the back. They're not going to be lamed. He's just finding them now.
Yeah.
Doubt's got one forward, but Leary's been preoccupied trying to find his.
Okay.
And I think everyone's kind of on guard there. The one thing I do notice about this map is that the TyRanT players are all close together, and the AM players are on like as far away as possible from each other.
Yeah, you're right, because Leary's up against the edge of the map on the left, and then on the right, Hart is very close to the edge of the map. Doubt has a little bit more distance there, which could be good or could be bad. I guess when it comes to the fights, you're closer to your ally, but at the same time, there might be some more holes in the early game. You know, it really interests me that Viper is Mayans, because
Leary might be laming here.
Oh yeah, he should steal this. Shouldn't even hesitate, really. And when you have a meso civilization, a civ that does not get horses, from pocket you can't offer much in feudal age. If you go archers, even though they're close together, it takes a long time to get to the sides they might need to be at. And yeah, I think that's why they called the re. I think that's a big reason why they called the re. I think that they don't want Mayans as pocket, and that's the last restart for TyRanT in this tournament.
I think Hart lost a villager too, so good from AM's perspective.
he did.
The TyRanT called it first.
All right, well, we will go back then, and we will start again. It'll be the same civs for each player, but the map generation will be different. And I can bet you that TyRanT is hoping that Viper will be flank. But why not give Viper Huns? In all the AOC tournaments in the past, Doubt was always Mayans, and Viper was often a Paladin civ. That's weird to me. Guess we'll see. I mean, I can't judge TyRanT. They're 2 games up on Aftermath right now, but still. Shirterino Cripperino says, "Can I get the gift card if I make you breakfast in the morning?" Kappa Pride. No, you can't, man. Thank you for the buck. Quonage with $20 says, "Love UT90. Look forward to this next game. Thanks again for doing all you do for the H community. And can I get some T90 salutes in the chat? See you next Thursday." Yeah, man. C for community games. I'm sure chat will help you out there. Genius, I actually have that Twitch giveaways extension. Thank you for the 5 and thank you for the suggestion. That extension for some reason is not working. Now, the one I used was the Nightbot giveaway system, and that was the system that I tested last night and it worked fine. So again, I'm not really sure why that's not working. But again, chat, typing something now will not enter you, unfortunately. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. So, game 3 beginning now. Once again, Aftermath have 1 restart left. TyRanT, they do not have any restarts. So if they lose villagers, if they have a bunch of trolls in the chat. If they lose villagers or don't like their positions, they have to deal with it. If you're Aftermath, you're praying to the Age of Empires gods that Viper gets pocket again. as Mayans? Because that'll make it awkward for him. So Dave, thoughts on Aftermath's performance? Is it TyRanT playing out of their minds, or has Aftermath just not been as good as they were in previous days?
I think the first game, TyRanT picked a really good strategy and they executed it very well.
Yeah.
Aftermath couldn't cope. And then the second game, there was a lot of little factors that built up to the push.
Yep.
Like just even the longboats being in the back, preventing MBL from sending any more villagers forward. So he couldn't like keep pushing Tato. And then, yeah, I don't know. I feel like TyRanT just played very, very well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, we need to give TyRanT credit, but I also think that Aftermath, they've had a few instances, like in game 1, for example, where I was questioning their decisions, which was not what happened before. In the past, when I would see Aftermath play, they would make me question the other team's decisions. A lot of it is putting your opponent in a position to make mistakes. And I think that Aftermath has certainly been struggling to keep up with TyRanT's strategies. All right, guys, welcome to Game 3 of the Battle of Africa tournament. This is the Grand Finals, and so far in the Grand Finals, TyRanT, they're up 2 games. They played very strong so far. I'll introduce the Aftermath team to start. We have Hart as the flank, playing as the Malians. The pocket then is Leary. And Leary, he's playing as the Incas, so now there's a Meso Civ pocket for Aftermath. Then the flank is MBL. MBL is playing as the Burmese. Up against MPL is Tato, and he's already trying to defend against MBL as MBL is here with his scout trying to lame. And Tato's playing as the Italians. The pocket for Viper is Mayans. The pocket is Viper, and he's playing as Mayans, and then the flank is Doubt. I was just discussing how both of these teams probably do not want to have Meso Civs as pocket, and now they both do. So, very curious to see how this will be played from Leary and Viper, the 2 best players on each team. And the laming already begins as well. Should point that out. Viper sending his Eagle over towards Heart's base, and MBL, I think he was considering the lame. You see the signals here. MBL and Leary discussing things, and Leary's coming to lame this. And Tato's going to be down a boar, or an elephant rather, and they cannot call restart. They're all out of them. So good start for Aftermath as far as the laming goes. Dude, I'm scratching my head over this Meso Civ thing. You know, it makes it so awkward when you have a non-horse Civ far back in the pocket position. And I normally, like, let's say that one Civ had a Meso pocket. Your option is to either go fast castle and boom and hope your allies don't die on the flanks, or to go forward with archer ranges. Now, they don't know that Viper is pocket as Mayans. They don't know, TyRanT, they don't know that Leary is pocket as Incas. They almost need to scout that, and then I'm very curious to see what their decisions will be. Oh, and Tato is down 2 goats as well, Dave. He's down 2 goats. He does have them. He just hasn't scouted them yet. And he's going the wrong way with his scout. This is going to be really bad for Tato. Down an elephant. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, he just found his other elephant, I was going to say. Yeah, so he ran out of goats. Yeah, there was a pause, and Tato has to get loom early. Luckily, he found the elephant, but he hasn't found the goats yet. This is bad. To have an idle TC, this is really bad. Now, on the other side of the map, Hart lost a villager yet again. Doubt, though. No, he's not going to lose his scout. I will say that I've seen more villagers go down in Dark Age in this final than I have in the semifinals. Hart, luckily... No, Hart also can't find his elephant. This is a hectic start for all the teams. I think MBL will have a very strong push versus Tato. The Burmese man-at-arms, so strong they get that extra attack, and then we all know about the Burmese options going throughout the game.
I mean, MBL is going to have to push. Look at where his goal position is. And that elephant is juking him out. There we go.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't lose a Vil like his ally did. No, he should be fine. Very well done. MBL calls himself the Boar Whisperer, but he can also whisper to elephants on the right day. And yes, I guess Hart has found his elephant? Oh, God. Don't tell me he went out there assuming it was there. Look at this. How unlucky is that? He doesn't know it's there.
Just out of range. It's going to walk back in eventually, but he has to, like at this point, you assume it's stolen, right?
Exactly. He ran out there with a Vil. He assumed that that's where it was. And so he ran out there with a Vil, and then he scouted the area and just said, okay, it's not here. Oh my goodness. So Tato down a boar. Tato did find some extra goats. He hasn't found the two in the north yet, but he's still adapted by luring in the zebras. And Hart, I mean, he's going to need to be a real force on the flank, and it's going to be difficult for him to do that without an elephant. And it's right there as well. He just assumes that Dowd has taken it. Well, that's a bit unfortunate, but sometimes you need some luck, and Aftermath not getting the luck on that side.
I mean, it's gonna be hard for Hart to push there regardless. Look at Doubt's base. He's walling up the bottom side there. If he walls the middle area
great
on
map
that
for
hill.
You know what I will say is that with these walls, ranged units could do a lot of damage to him. His wood lines and his golds could all be ranged, but you know, he's on his way to feudal first, and that's before Hart is even clicked up. So
They're starting the team wall too. Maybe he's considering, like, this is a big team wall here. Is one of them considering slinging?
I think it'd just be a wise move to get the walls up earlier rather than later when the military's out. And Viper, he knows he can't wall towards Tato, so Tato will be on his own. But yes, as you can see, Doubt is soon going to finish the walls towards Viper's base. Hart had to be sent goats from Leary. Leary sent him goats. Leary's also walling up. Pretty crazy stuff here at the start. Tato's gone for a drush, so he's just made a few militia. And we will see what I assume is archers then from MBL.
How can Hart not see that elephant? I'm sorry. The tusk is in range.
Obviously, this is rigged. That's just how it works, man. The whole elephant has to be over the tile there. You should be able to see his tusk, indeed. Oh, that's so unfortunate, man. That is so unfortunate. And that changes the whole course of the game, because now Leary feels like he needs to be more aggressive because Hart could die. I mean, we will see archers from MBL. He is not going to be bothered by this drush from Tato. And Tato has simply built it as a distraction as he lost resources. But you see how early the walls are coming up for TyRanT, Dave. They do not want to take losses to the fast Aftermath players later on.
Walls coming up from Aftermath as well. Big team walls coming up.
Yeah, now, Doubt and Viper, the two best players for TyRanT, they're so close together. Now, Viper has gone for a fast castle, and he's going to go into plumed archers. He's on stone, so this is a classic build we used to see years ago before the expansions. And looks to me like Leary will go into, I guess, Eagle Warriors in the next stage. So both the
Tato
pockets are
picked a
fast
build.
castling.
He might get a second one here. No, he won't get a second one.
He made it around here and picked off a villager. That is going to frustrate MBL. That really should not have happened. And now MBL losing his scout as well. Well played from Tato, man. In the early part of Game 1 and Game 3 now, he's done so well with the drush. I think he killed 2 Vils with the drush and the scout in Game 1. In Game 3 now, he's killed another. And it's very rare at this level to see that.
Doubt may be able to deny the wall from Hart. Hart's trying to get it down really quickly here.
I see this. You know what? Maybe on the way back, he'll find the elephant, you know? Oh, yeah, he knows the elephant is there. Oh, God.
No, he lost a Vil at the elephant! He lost a villager at the elephant!
God! So he tried to go for it, but he's too preoccupied with the walls. Oh, Hart has had such a hard time. Heartbreaking stuff here, and Doubt is... Oh, he's going to get in. That palisade wall, he's going to get in. Oh, no. Hart is having such a hard time. He has the wall in the villager or it's dead. Oh, good lord. Doesn't find the elephant. Loses a villager underneath his TC. Loses a villager at the elephant. Now loses a villager on the wall. And that means Dow can come through to do damage to him. And this is just so poor. I said earlier that if you have a bad day, you can lose a series, and this is the final, and Hart not having a very good time right now. This is all playing out right into TyRanT's favor. The only thing is that Tato might struggle a bit, but he's defended versus MBL's archers. Have to say, unexpected there. Unexpected. Just down to inches. This could have been so different if he saw the elephant in the very beginning, but then he had to adapt and he had to deal with all of this struggle. And now Doubt and Viper here taking a good engagement versus Spear, and Doubt maybe going to annoy another area of this base or go right over to Leary, who is about to hit Castle Age, by the way.
What's the play in Castle Age for Leary, though? I see a barracks. I see another barracks. I mean, it's going to be Eagles, but
yeah, see,
Viper can just run around with those plumed archers, and the other team's already walled.
Yeah, and Doubt could kill another Vil here as well. Hart was trying to sneak back out, and I think if Doubt plays this correctly, this Vil's dead, and another Vil goes down for Hart. Wow. I have no words. I mean, the play has to be Eagles, Dave, but the problem is Doubt has done so much damage with just a few scouts that he'll be able to hit Castle Age and add Knights. Now, Hart has done the same thing. Hart is actually on his way to Castle despite the losses, but the Knights will destroy the Eagles. Plumed Archers are going to be so much stronger. Now, Viper has actually gone for Eco before the Castle, which I find interesting. But he will go for Plumes. Well, MBL as well, Dave, his map is not very good. Compared to Tato's, Tato has plenty of resources behind his walls, and while the team walls aren't up for TyRanT, Tato is stonewalling himself in. Maybe a sling situation again? If you're stonewalling this early, maybe it's a sling? Not too sure, but Tato picking off some of MBL's archers, well played. And this has just been all TyRanT in Game 3.
Hart still can't clear up those scouts. Still can't clear them up.
Yeah, I think he can fight this off with Vils now. I doubt just going to be annoying. But what Hart needs to do...
One.
There's a wounded Vil there! Why is there a weak Vil there? Oh, what a play from Doubt, but still, Hart, like, there's no reason you should send a weak villager out there. It's just 2 scouts. He even has another weak Vil there. But finally, he will clear up Doubt. Doubt has got to be feeling so good about himself at the moment. Hart has to add eco, and then he has to try and hold. I'm pretty sure Tato's about the sling. Yeah, I'm almost certain. If he's building a market here, and he's not really doing much with military, I feel like he will get coinage and consider a sling.
MBL didn't see the market either, which would have been big.
Yeah, he doesn't see the market. He knows that Tato's created archers. You know, the other factor here is if Tato full stonewalls, that just sends all of the pressure from MBL and Leary to Viper. But the team walls are up for TyRanT, and Viper has a castle on the hill, so how can they bother him? They can't, you know? Doubt is the only person they could really do damage to. So this has been really solid from TyRanT. Doubt deserves a lot of credit for his movement with the scouts, though, because though Hart had a tough time, Doubt still had to do the damage once he got in there, and he had to hit the right spots, and he did just that, and he's doing that again here. He already has bloodlines and a defense upgrade, the product of his stronger eco. That's not good for Aftermath, because what they need is an answer to the Knights from Doubt. Otherwise, the Inca Eagles won't do much. And here come the plumed archers from Viper. Oh my goodness, dude. TyRanT looking so solid on both sides. And they have to run Aftermath. They 110% have to run. They cannot fight plumed archers and Knights with these upgrades. Plumes and Knights are better than Eagles and Knights. Unfortunately for Leary, he had no option other than Eagles. So, I think the way they played this TyRanT, they don't even need to overinvest into attack. And Tato might not be slinging. Might have just been using that market for himself. But Viper is on 3 TCs. He's at 57 Vils. That's more than Leary, and he's applying damage. So I don't see why they need to really overinvest. They just need to continue to push their advantage.
Yeah, and MBL's coming over to help. He's got to be careful here. If he gets caught out in the middle,
Yeah.
he's going to be all alone.
That's 3 villagers now that Hart has lost. He is not going to like the sight of elephants after this game because it all started with that one elephant man. He can't collect his gold safely. He really can't afford to make knights then, and the eagles that will arrive from Leary, they will die to the knights of doubt. And now MBL's getting coinage. I guess they're going to sling. I think this is the correct response. They have to sling probably Leary or Hart and try and get him into the game by sending resources. This is the first time.
Probably Leary.
Yeah, this is the first time that we'll see a sling from Aftermath All Tournament. And it's because they're down 2 games and they know they need something else here.
And maybe MBL thought Tato was slinging, and that might come to bite him in the ass if he thinks he's going to be safe over on that side.
Yeah, good point there. And the crossbows are coming in from Tato. Now, the plumed archers engaging versus the eagles from Leary. Now, the start to this engagement was quite good. Now this is an engagement that TyRanT's going to run away from, and they're going to go back to the top of the hill. Both teams want to hold to their hill in the fights. He doubts getting +2, so I feel like if they hold this hill, they'll be just fine.
MBL getting a TC denied temporarily.
When you said MBL, I thought you were talking about the army from MBL. I did not realize. So yeah, he's lost a few villagers there, and I think you're right, Dave. I think he was expecting to send some resources, and he was not expecting the army to come in from Tato. And Tato's killing yet another villager. 2 more villagers. Oh my goodness, TyRanT are just all over this game. Is there a way back for Aftermath? Yep, Leary is receiving the resources from MBL.
To open a hole for Tato. There's a hole in the houses there.
Oh god. Luckily he has the TCs, but this is just the perfect situation now for TyRanT. No doubt and Viper, they have momentum versus Hart. Hart, as Malians, had very little control over this game. MBL has just abandoned making military. It's going to be all Leary, but because MBL only has 41 vills, I don't know if he'll have a lot of resources to send to Leary to get him to imp faster, which is really what they need. And look at Viper's plumes in the middle. He's going towards Leary's base, and that's going to potentially mean Leary will lose villagers on the gold if he doesn't run away or get more numbers here fast. You know, Viper's micro is good with ranged units, and these plumed archers can one-shot the eagles, and yes, Leary has to run. And here comes Doubt as well, and Doubt's killing the monk from Leary. And Leary's losing villagers.
Leary's on the way to imp. He's just cleared up the army from Tato at MBL's base, and MBL is... I mean, this is their only shot. They gotta get the elite eagles out there.
They do. And the problem is, plumed archers, they have a bonus versus eagles. They do really well, and the mobility really working well for Viper. 13 kills, 2 deaths. Not putting himself in any weird positions. Not over-engaging either. You don't want to run into Leary's base here because you don't know exactly what he has. This is Viper and Doubt's point of view.
There's a potential to trap. There's a potential to trap. MBL's coming from one side. Hart is on that side. Leary's coming forward with eagles. He's got eagles on the other side as well.
I see that, but it seems like TyRanT, they recognized the possibility, and they got out before they would be trapped. Again, Hart does not have the upgrades that Doubt has, or the numbers on the knights, and this again, no, this is bad from Hart. This is bad. Yeah, he's lost a knight there, and he's lost some HP for free. The Viper's on the way to imp, I assume with no sling, because he started with a lot of eco. And second castle has got to be on the way soon, and I imagine he'll continue with the plumed archers. Leary's going to have a very small window to do damage with the elite eagle warriors. Unreal. This has completely thrown me off. I was not expecting to see TyRanT 2-0 up. And they could potentially be 3-0 up if they continue to finish off Aftermath. The Viper needs to be careful with his plumes here, because these are about to be elite eagle warriors for Leary. Now, I think you got to go directly to TyRanT eco. However, it's difficult to do that because...
Oh, look at MBL.
Oh, MBL's getting his gold castled by Tato. But how can they get in these walls? That's the issue. Oh, Doubt has opened up his walls to build stone walls. Here come the eagles from Leary. Can he do enough damage to the economy before Viper and Doubt finish off MBL? Dude, I don't think there's a way back. Leary's got to do it all on its own here, really. And Viper, he's about to hit him, but this would be the time to be taking an engagement, and Aftermath are just taking losses. And Doubt is on the way to imp as well.
The amount of signals from MBL and Leary, they're freaking out right now.
Yeah.
They are freaking out.
And Viper on the hill with Doubt. He doesn't have any upgrades on his plumes just yet, and they're going to choose to run away from this. They don't want to lose their army numbers, and this is a little bit of momentum now for Leary and Hart. This will give Hart some room to breathe, get to his strong Malian options, and this will give Leary an opportunity to hit the eco of Doubt. These Eagles are so strong underneath town centers. And the Viper has 2 castles on this hill, probably soon to be 3. But he needs to get numbers here after upgrades to help out Doubt. Doubt's taking a lot of losses. Hart is here as well. The sling is really paying off here for Aftermath. MBL holding on his side by building a castle. He's still slinging. Viper now getting coinage so he can assist with some sling. Now here come the numbers. Doubt joining in on the fight once Viper got his upgrades. But even MBL is here with those crossbows. Doubt's down to 70 villagers. He's below 100 population. Hart is now above him in pop, and Hart's on the way to imp.
This is the moment. This is the moment for AM. They've got to do damage right now.
Is there a chance here? Viper now has Elite Plumed Archer, which will make this so much more difficult for Leary. But now they can switch the point of attack a bit, and now they're going to Tato's base, and Leary is anyway hitting Tato's TCs. And also Eagles are on Viper. So Viper's going to be distracted there as well. Leary's at all 3 players.
And they're fighting on this hill. This is good, such a good position for them. Doubt losing knights.
Yeah, Doubt is losing the knights. He'll want to upgrade in the Imperial Age. He's just about to hit that. Now this is a good fight, I'd say, for Viper and for Doubt, as that choke point will fare well for the plumes. Viper getting banking as well, maybe recognizing he will need to send resources to his allies. And Tato shoring up his walls, just making sure those Eagles won't sneak in, and they will not sneak in. I feel like TyRanT have been able to stabilize. Doubt will get Cavalier. Doubt will get his eco back. He's still at 80 villagers, which is decent, and if he receives resources from Viper, I imagine it would be food, because Viper's only spending wood and gold. And this could be good for them, and here comes the pushback.
Viper's got those plumes trapped near Leary's base. Can he kill all those Eagles before he gets that army wiped
what an
up?
annoying
Castle
position.
From Leary as well.
Yeah. That castle should push the plumes away. I think Leary recognizing that, just distracting with whatever Eagles he can, and sending the rest over to Hart's base, because Hart's about to be hit by Doubt. Now look at the walls from Tato. Huge T90 walls, chat. Stonewalling up, and they're making sure that their trade will be safe. And Tato also, just like in game 1, building outposts in the corners very early. And he's trying to pay attention to the corners and where the trade might be. In fact, dude, he has that militia. It's going to kill MBL's villager in the corner. I assume MBL was going to build a market there or something. And that militia from Tato actually killed the Marketville. You've got to be kidding me, man. And the Viper still has his plumes, and he's going to deny Leary's castle. And Leary building castles all over MBL's base. Now, Hart, he does not yet have Cavalier. As I say that, he's about to get the upgrade. They've definitely been pushed back here, Aftermath. And Tato is now in imp fighting. MBL, he cannot offer much because he's been slinging. I just don't know.
Paladin.
I just don't know. I mean, resources being sent to Doubt from Viper, so Doubt can get Paladin. And once Paladin is completed, they really just need to pay attention to the corners. They have the corner in the north and the corner in the south, so they're denying Aftermath from trading. And that's huge at this stage, as TyRanT's going to start their trade for more gold.
And Doubt trying to put a Doubt castle down there in the south. There's no way. Well, maybe he's got army coming in. If
yeah,
he can take that hill.
He'll
That's
send
huge.
the army in. I think that he can get this up. And he can also take that gold as well. Viper has 81 military. He has military MBL's base. He was at Leary's base. Now he's at Hart's base. And Tato, he's pushing MBL all by himself just fine. Doubt hitting Heart. Oh my goodness, I think TyRanT are on the verge of getting a victory in Game 3. It played so well. And of course it was an unfortunate start for Heart, but still, such strong play from TyRanT. Now, here's a 2v1 push versus Tato. Tato, he's gonna take some losses here, but look at Heart's base now. Paladin's arriving, Viper in on the wood line. That elephant still chilling out, witnessing the battle. And also, oh dude, also Silk Road? That's a huge upgrade, something I didn't even think about. Silk Road, for those that don't know, trade units cost 50% less. So that's a unique tech available to the Italians. And Tato's going to be able to add that trade so much easier. I'm looking at the pops now. MPL's at 75 pop. Heart is at 160. Leary's population is looking good, and I think that's why Viper is considering going towards him. Has to be careful because he's our Farimba Cavalier. He needs to find a wood line to sit next to like he did in the past. And Doubt coming over to assist with his Paladins. And Doubt's Paladins going to make quick work of these Eagle Warriors. Is it one of these cases where if this is game 1, Aftermath calls the GG, but since it's game 3 and they're down 2 games, they don't want to call it?
Yeah, probably.
Because they don't have trade. They just started trade. TyRanT already ahead in that. TyRanT has full map control. MBL's basically dead. He's contributing with Sling, but he's slinging a guy who's already being countered. The Elite Chemiux, I like the move, but it's not as mobile as the options from TyRanT, and Doubt has 35 Paladins. Viper has 80 Plumed Archers. They're denying this castle at Leary's base, and they could push right into his base. This has got to be the game, and another victory for TyRanT. They just haven't made mistakes, Dave. In every game, TyRanT never once said they made a mistake. They might have been caught out or surprised, but they've always been on top of it. They've always been in the right position. Doubt and Viper, every single game, well, I guess game 1 and game 3, they've been right next to each other, and they're so good in these situations when it gets to late game. And if Paladins can actually run right through the Palisade wall, and yeah, they're going to call the GG. Unbelievable. 3-0 currently. TyRanT in the grand finals of Battle of Africa, showing everybody what they can do, finally. Wow.
That was not the game that AM needed from Heart.
No, it was not at all. As much as it was unfortunate, he might have been a bit tilted because of the early losses, right? Because he sent that weak Vil out and Doubt picked it off. He lost that Vil underneath his TC. So he did take unnecessary losses as well as being unfortunate with the scouting. And again, I haven't said anything like that about TyRanT. TyRanT, they have not been making mistakes. Their walls have been early and on point. Their decision-making has been good. Their army grouping has been perfect. And now, if Aftermath wants to win the finals, they need to win 4 games in a row. Okay, there's the KD for you. Viper with those Plumed Archers. Now, I will say that Viper's Civ is much better as Pocket, because you can't go for a castle and add Chemiux if you're Lear. You have to go Eagles. So because of that, I think that Heart needed to be in that game, and he wasn't. Same with MBL. There's the eco difference. You can see the trade had just begun for TyRanT, but we could hear the trade cards being added, and we knew how cheap they would be. So in the group stages, Aftermath, they 3-0'd TyRanT, and now in the grand finals, it is 3-0 for TyRanT.
Now, for some teams, going down 3-0, it makes them more focused. For AM, I think, if anything, it's probably a bit of a distraction.
yeah, I think that if TyRanT go down a couple games, they have the experience. They're kind of the veterans here. They have the experience and the mindset to likely push through that. I think Aftermath, as a younger team, they might not have that, and they might all be frustrated. It takes a very big mindset to reverse sweep TyRanT, and they're going to have to go for that now if they want the victory. So I did not receive any input on the giveaway system. I would really appreciate it if I could have somebody look into a system I could use. Maybe Streamlabs does one. I don't think we can do the giveaway during the games, guys. We'll do it after this final concludes, and I'll have to look into fixing the giveaway system so we can give away 5 $150 gift cards to the PGI store. We have hit a new record. We're at 4.2k viewers with no hosts today. I shouldn't say that. There were a bunch of people who hosted with 1 viewer, so salutes to you guys. Thank you for hosting me. But yeah, this is an amazing day. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Caputism, thank you for the Prime sub. Martian, thank you for the 5. He's spamming TyRanT. Someone's a TyRanT fanboy. Dragon, Ganbaros, thank you guys for the Primes. Thank you, donated 5 and said thank you for the good streams. You're welcome. Helsinki, thank you guys. Everyone who subbed to the stream, if I missed your names, all the support coming in, I really appreciate you all. Thank you. All right. Well, next game is going to be Beach Fight. Let's look at the civs.
Yeah, I was just thinking, we haven't looked at it yet.
Let's look at the civs. So I gotta knock off Burmese, Malians. I mean, Incas, Burmese, and Malians. Those were 3 of the strongest picks that you could have had there if you're Aftermath, and they lost. They had Celts, they had Teutons, and they had Aztecs in the other game. So these are the civs they have remaining.
I know what TyRanT's gonna pick.
Well, let me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me yet, man. I do think we'll see that as well. So Mayans, Huns, and Italians used last game, and the game before it was Saracens, Vikings, and Malay. Are you thinking Goths, Britons, and Khmer? Or
maybe Goths, Britons, Indians.
Okay. I think that...
Or Goths, Britons, Khmer. Yeah, probably Khmer. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. You know, Byzantines is a civilization that I would want to save for No Socotra. So maybe Ethiopians, Slavs, and Japanese. You got to save Mongols and some of the other civs for later. I don't know. I think you're right. It seems like as we look at the civs now, that TyRanT had saved civilizations for this map. They, of course, had more... They were in more of a position to do that because they're comfortable with the lead. Maybe Aftermath felt like they needed to pick stronger civs. Man, I'm still pumped for this. 30 seconds till the game starts. This will be Beach Fight. And if TyRanT wins this game, they win $3,000. They win the tournament. I really hope Aftermath get a win or two, though, because they played so well this tournament. They have the skill to do so. I wanted to see 7 games today, and so far, it's not looking like we'll see that. All right, folks, this is Game 4, the Battle of Africa Grand Finals between TyRanT and Aftermath. And, oh boy, I hear scouts fighting already. So far, it has been all TyRanT. We have MBL in the gray playing as Japanese. His pocket is Leary. Leary is playing as the Byzantines. And then it is Slavs for Hart as the flank. Hart is up against Viper, who has chosen Britons. The pocket is then Doubt. Doubt is Khmer. And then Tato is Turks for this game. This map is very different from what we've seen so far today. So, brief explanation. There are goats around the center circle that players will go to collect. You start with pre-built farms that will trigger your OCD because they just look awful. And you get 1 gold pile next to your TC. There's gold in the east. There's gold in the west. In the north, there are elephants. And in the south, there are elephants. And that is the gist of it. Everyone's close together, and this is going to be pretty action-packed stuff. So the last time I saw Turks was actually Game 5 in the semifinals between Finland and TyRanT. And Tato had Turks then. And Tato, he full walled up. He helped with a few monks versus enemy knights. But then he went into a sling. And I feel like we might see that again as Turks collected that gold faster. And Tato's very close to MBL, Dave. Any thoughts on the civs? Because I think Japanese is the interesting one for me. It could be strong as an archer civ as a flank. But it doesn't really jump out at me like some of these civs for TyRanT do.
Japanese also have very good monks.
They
You have
do,
to
yeah, you're right.
remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to go for like monk siege, that's a possibility. I mean, the one that jumps out at me is Britain's with Viper. That's like his favorite civ.
Yeah,
And we've seen
that's
how
scary.
deadly Britons can be on this map. Once they get the range, the map is so small. And with all these hills, like Britons can be devastating.
Yeah, and Heart's Gold is relatively far forward as well. And you can't afford to go out to these elephants, or sorry, not the elephants, the golds early on because the lions are there. So if you lose access to your main gold, you're pretty much stuck. I think the left side will be the focus. Because if Viper's ahead, you know Aftermath are in trouble as he'll have that range to hold his advantage, and he's the Viper. But if Heart ends up getting a lead in some way, shape, or form, then suddenly Viper's advantage isn't there, and we might need to see something different from Doubt. But if I were to make a guess, when this game gets to Castle Age, Doubt will be adding in some elephants. It will be crossbows from Viper. Still unsure on Tato, of course. It depends on how the early game pans out. But I'm thinking a lot of walls and maybe a sling to Doubt so Doubt can afford the elephants, or maybe a sling to Viper so Viper can hit Imp.
Yes.
Look at the GOAT differential between these two teams. Like,
Okay.
Leary is the GOAT whisperer right now.
Yeah, he has so many goats. Doesn't need to go to those farms. I guess all of them will have goats though, right? Viper, yeah, he's bringing in some goats. Luckily, since the map is a bit awkward, it's relatively fair when it comes to that. But saying that, Doubt only has one goat left. So, Oh, and we have... Oh, this is interesting. MBL with the Drush versus Tato. Can he kill that villager? He will kill the villager. Also, he is close to losing his scout and losing a militia. Oh, sorry, that was Leary's scout. But they delayed Tato. They've gotten a lot of early map control here.
I think just keeping it open there is important.
Yeah. Yeah, because you will see walls. Doubt will have to wall in between this wood line. Viper will have to wall up towards the hill, and we'll see walls from MBL. It's just that MBL and Tato are so close together, they can't wall off easy, which makes it awkward. Heart's on the way to feudal, Viper's on the way to feudal, Doubt's on the way to feudal. So, what is Leary up to? Will Leary just go fast castle? And Tato has yet to click up, but he's been pressured. But the other two TyRanTs are going for some form of feudal age attack. I imagine it'll be scouts for Doubt and archers for Viper. Leary, he might be banking on getting to Castle Age. And as Byzantines, well, he can go knights and camels. He might consider going into trash as well. We will see. But that's the big difference so far, is that we have two TyRanTs on the way to feudal and just one Aftermath player on the way up. Well, I should point out that there's no stone on this map. You start with 200 stone. So if you need to build the defensive tower or a stone wall, you can't collect any more stone to make up for it. MBL is going with a lot of walls. He is not playing any games, not messing around.
MBL just took like 8 goats from Doubt. Oh, and he's trapped a villager.
Oh,
Doubt
Doubt
had to
had to delete the mill. Doubt losing his goats? He's gonna get him right back. I think he's gonna send him to Viper. Viper probably signaled. Doubt is signaling where he's sending the goats so Viper can grab him. Interesting. So Doubt can create scouts now. Heart has gone for scouts, and Viper will go for archers. And you see how they're gonna share a border here. I would not want to be sharing a border with Viper, that's for sure. Especially when you're down 3 games. There's a lot of pressure on you.
He's got those ranges up on the hill too, so he can hide behind those with the archers.
And do more damage.
And it's going to be really, really tough for Heart to push across that side.
Well, Tato, he's just about to hit feudal age. This is before MBL. It looks to me like he wants to build something here. And that will be a stable, so he will add in scouts. He doesn't see the walls from MBL, but he could always go through Doubt side. Viper building a gate so he can bring in the goats. This is funny. Yeah, bring them on in. Thank you, Doubt.
That's tournament play right there. Usually he'd just delete a wall, but he waited until the gate was up to delete it.
Yeah,
no nonsense.
He's not Not going to chance giving Aftermath a chance to get a victory. So because the walls are up between Viper and Heart, and then MBL has the walls on the right, a lot of the traffic will come through the middle. And as you can see, Doubt now running through the middle to go to Tato's base. Now if he runs around, he will find that there's full walls from Leary and from MBL. So these scouts won't do much out there. And meanwhile, Heart coming through, and Doubt is open. He's not too exposed, and he should see this, but I definitely like the position a bit better from the Heart scouts.
So what's MBL's plan here? Blacksmith Market looks like he wants to go up, but up to what? He's on gold.
Maybe he'll go monks. Monks and siege, like you said. The Turks can only justify going with gold units. Of course, they can go scouts, but maybe it will be monks and siege. We are going to see Leary. I thought he was going for FC because he was up so late, but he's going for feudal age archers. So we will see that soon. And, you know, Doubt realizing he's not going to do anything with his scouts. He's coming back to his base. Viper coming over to help. Maybe they will wait for Viper to try and push through MBL's walls. Yeah, Viper now seeing that the scouts are there and picking off a scout. Well played. I just see this left-hand side being really bad for Aftermath. I mean, Viper has Britons and he has a hill. If he ungarrisons his archers in castle, they will be able to range that gold. And I think that's why Heart is building that tower.
Yeah, the only area that might be bad for TyRanT is that middle corridor.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they leave Leary alone and they let him come right down there, Doubt's base is wide open at the end of that. And you can go into Tato's base as well.
It is surprising to me they haven't walled that off, you know? Because Tato will be pretty vulnerable. That gold is right next to the opening. I doubt he can wall off a little bit and protect himself. He might lose a lumberjack or two, but that's it. You kind of hanging Tato out to dry.
Can he pick off a villager from Tato here? Can Heart get this? He can.
Yeah, he will kill her. And
That's
good
two.
number of hits. And he's also... Now, I don't know about his time. His time is slower than Doubt's, but Doubt has created a lot of scouts he hasn't been able to use. Leary has been using random spears to scout. I don't know if you noticed that, but he's in Doubt's base at the moment with that. They're trying to figure out the areas to pressure. So far, Leary hasn't engaged with his archers, Dave.
No monastery for MBL yet. Is he just going to siege, like, pikes? Like, what?
There's the stone walls from Tato. I did expect this. Does he have a market up? He does. Did he research coinage? Did you happen to see? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
Okay. So he may or may not sling, but stone walls will keep him safe there. I think that archers from Leary and then pikes and siege from MBL, that could be a strong combo. Again, it's still open for Aftermath in the middle as well. But I think now what they need to do is they need to force Viper to come to this side to help with an attack. If Viper feels like he needs to assist, then Heart will be a little bit more safe. And Heart and Viper have clicked up the castle at the exact same time, by the way. Heart will opt to go for knights, and Viper, of course, going for Briton archers.
Light Cav coming in from Doubt as well. He expects the monks.
Yeah. I would expect that as well, but MPL has gone for pikemen and trying to surprise TyRanT. TyRanT cannot see that there's something in the barracks, so they will be surprised here, I imagine. The Tato's on the way to castle. Viper is over here with his archers. Now, what will Oh, you know what? Is Tato going to go out to that corner early? Seems like he is. You see how Doubt's out there with the light cav? Tato sending the scouts? Yep. I think that because he's Turks, Tato could justify going out there early. He's just bought stone as well, so he can build the TC out there. Interesting move to go for that gold on the east side. And now Heart's getting
try
coinage.
micro against 3 Mangonels.
Yeah, of course.
It should be fun to watch.
he has one more range over the Mangonels, so of course he's going to try. He hasn't taken any hits yet. Heart getting coinage, so seems like he might consider slinging. I think the outer edge is going to be important to pay attention to for both teams because the villagers are so exposed out there. It's just that Aftermath doesn't expect him to be out here so early. And Tato should place a TC there and be just fine. I wonder why Hart got coinage. I wasn't seeing things, right?
No, I think he got it. Like, I was wondering about the market to begin with.
Now he's getting
got two
banking.
stables.
So coinage and banking are two researches that diminish the tax when you send resources to an ally. So he is going for a very strong sling. The issue is that it will be very late though, so...
Hart's going out to the right corner, so he's probably going to spot this TC.
Okay.
I don't know what... He can't really do anything about it, but he's got knights roaming around as well.
Yeah, so he can see it's there at the very least. So he'll notice, he can tell his teammates, and they can pressure that. And there's the signal. Now, Viper is not pressuring on the left-hand side, so this is extremely good for Hart, because he is going to start sending resources to someone. And that someone has got to be Leary, because Leary's Byzantines, right? Yep. Leary has prepped his buildings so he can click up to Imp, and Leary with Byzantines going for that fast Imperial click.
Oh, this could be a steamroll. They gotta, like, get something to deal with this before he gets all of these upgraded. Leary's being very careful not to lose any engagements before he gets there.
Now, Dowd has so many... Well, he doesn't have so many knights. I'm just wondering what Dowd has been up to. Has he been adding economies on 2 town centers, I guess? You would think on a map like this that Doubt would have added a lot of knights and they would have pushed this a while ago with Viper's extra range, but they've been very passive, TyRanT.
He's been going for map control. You see he's sending villagers to the right corner. He got that, and then on the left corner, he's got his light cav stationed around there.
You know, I do like the logic there. Add more economy yourself and then try and deny the opponents from getting to the extra golds. Even Viper's out there as well. You can tell that they're playing better than they did in previous sets. They are always in the right spots. Now, Viper's on the way to Imp himself now, and that's because Tato sent him resources. So Tato did go right into a sling after a little bit of a feudal age engagement. And they must sense that Leary is doing this, otherwise they might not have gone for that sling. It is 36 military for Leary. It is 40 for Viper. The last 2 1v1 tournaments, it was Viper and Leary in the final. And now they're in the final of a team game tournament on different teams. And it could be down to them.
Here comes Doubt to try and kill these Mangonels. He doesn't know that the crossbows are right behind that.
Oh, Viper! Viper with the misplay! Viper was trying to micro over top the hill and he's lost crossbows. That is so unlike Viper. Even gods make mistakes, guys. Well, he has his numbers split up, doesn't he? He would have to send these archers the whole way around to join his other group. A very nice engagement for MBL, and that was really the first time we've seen an engagement. You know, I saw Hart sling resources to Leary to get him to Imp, but then it seems like since then he's stopped. And, okay, I lied. He's still sending resources to Leary, but he's also making knights. So it's not a full-on sling. Well, Tato is... He's going to be in trouble. Imperial Age now for Leary. 5 Mangonels for MBL. Knights that will soon have +2 defense for Hart. They are going to bust through this wall quickly. And now Doubt is trying to add some more knights and the Siege Workshop to try and hold. And Tato buying stone to build towers. What a push from Aftermath.
They need to do damage here because they don't have control of either of the corner golds.
Yeah.
They need to do it fast.
And the other element is Viper just hits him. Viper will get Bracer and Arbalest, and Viper will have more range. Now the downside is, as Leary takes a big shot from the Mangonel! That was so unnecessary. He didn't expect Tato to have the guts to go for Mangonels, as normally he can micro them down. But anyway, Viper will have more range. Tato can get Thumb Ring, but I think I prefer Viper range if you're just trying to hold and starve your opponent of those other golds. And that's exactly what we're seeing.
Viper going to the left corner with villagers now, so they're going to put a TC down there.
Yeah.
They're going to play the late game.
Yep, just hold this and deny the golds. Now, Viper's getting completely mauled by lions. I think he'll have a villager or 2 alive.
Maybe?
You know, if Hart had used his scout there, I think, yeah, okay, 1 Vill will be left alive, 2 Vills will be left alive. Look at Viper with Britons now. Aftermath, they've pulled back to the hill. They needed to be pushing forward. Doubt has elephants, and these elephants can be quite strong even against Imperial Age units. MBL's Mangonels don't contribute much, but I like the idea because we've seen what can happen in one single shot. Both Leary and Viper receiving hits. They actually both have 13 deaths. But Viper will just do what Viper does, and he'll use his range, and it'll be so easy for him to kill from distance. Oh, and here comes Hart. Remember when Hart had his scout out there? He must have noticed, and now he's sending knights this way. And he's also signaling the other corner, so they are talking about this. Oh, Dowd is into MBL space. How did he slide in here? This is gonna hurt MBL. He should be able to receive some help from Hart. Meanwhile, Leary and Viper microing quite a bit, in fact. And Viper probably having a field day with this, but he is up against cheap Byzantine skirms. So he needs to be careful. I think it's important that Aftermath can get to that gold, Dave. Hart sending a ton of villagers to build the TC. And Viper's also sending villagers out there at the same time. Can Leary find him with the patrol? Is he patrolling here? He's not patrolling, so those villagers just pass on by.
You gotta see that. He sees it now.
He saw it. Oh, that's big. That is so big. They need a victory here, Aftermath, or they are done. Leary can get so much momentum. He's adding, MBL is adding monks, and Leary microing with the skirms. Probably ill-advised to even attempt that there. Tato wise repairs on the Mangonel.
Leary adding bombard cannons, which we've seen on closed maps, can be very, very good.
And that would outrange the Arbalest. And the Arbalest clump up as well. So I think the...
Does Hart see this TC from Viper on that corner gold? That's
He doesn't
hilarious.
see it. Viper walled in the villager as well. That's the Vill who was being attacked by lions early on. He's probably not going to move his knights around. He's already checked that area. He assumes there's nothing there. Man, Hart has definitely been unfortunate in some of these games. Like, last game, just one single tile missing the elephant. This game, one single tile missing out on Viper's TC. But still, now the bombard cannons arrive. Hart's on the way to the Imperial Age, and he'll have that gold. Doubt is not on the way to Imp yet. Tato's not on the way to Imp, so it will just be Viper and the Imperial Age. Viper has not done any damage to Hart on his side. So Hart should be able to get Cavalier, and just look at the military numbers. It is 60 for Leary. It is 30 for Hart. Doubt seems to have a lot of his military running into the corner, and I guess Hart has realized Viper has built the TC. Unfortunate timing there.
Tato now going into Cav Archers. Maybe he wants to
hold
raid.
on. This is legitimate. This is not a troll. Look at this.
Siege Tower!
Siege Tower.
Let's go!
Are you kidding me? That's MBL Siege Tower, right?
Right into the eco, let's go!
That's MBL Siege Tower. So he's gonna Siege Tower in to get close to the Arbalest, who have that range, but not if I Siege Tower in. And then hop right back into the Siege Tower, man.
God, we need a tuba or something. Like, we need some music for this thing.
That was kind of a fail, but still, it's funny to see it. You know MBL made that and says, guys, I made a Siege Tower. And Leary and Hart are like, what the hell? It's like, no,
oh my god, Doubt is in on the corner gold.
Yeah, he's in on the corner gold, but Hart has noticed this. But it's just down to if they'll have the resources to continue to push. Hart is actually leaving Leary's side with all of his numbers. These skirms are holding up so well versus Viper's Arbs. And the bombard cannons, there's 4 of them now. And also, MBL, he's being very helpful with the repairs, just like Tato was earlier with the Mangonels. And Tato's losing a lot of his eco. Most of it is in that right-hand corner. Hart is selling food for gold, Dave. So if he doesn't get this gold soon, it could be trouble. And Doubt sending elephants here. And Viper, he's building a castle there? How did he get a castle? He must have purchased a castle. Tato must have sent him stone. I'm not sure.
That could be the 4-0. Leary's gotta win fights here.
Tato sent him 1,000 gold, and Viper purchased the castle. How expensive was that? They're trying to deny the corner areas. They've just been trying to hold and play the late game. All the units arrive for Hart now, but he's losing his TC, and they cannot stop this castle. Unbelievable. Still, Leary has plenty of numbers on this side. The Viper now going into the right-hand corner as well. They prioritized that gold early, TyRanT, and they've been holding. Now, Viper, you'll see, when he gets an opportunity, he'll try and pick off those bombard cannons. It's 12 range versus 10 range, but he will be able to scoot his way in there. Hasn't really picked any off just yet. I mean, his KD is exceptional considering he's up against skirms, but it's all down to Britain range, really. MBL's about to hit him, Dave. And now look at the numbers from Hart.
MBL's got to pick his game up here. Like, he's got to get something rolling. He doesn't have the gold to do the upgrades.
Exactly.
And Tato is in with cav archers on his wood lines now.
Man, it feels like the rolls are really solid for TyRanT. Tato, he always plays a different role than the other two, and then Doubt and Viper, they're either going with the ranged or the melee unit. And Tato's always...
Is Hart going to be able to clear this up?
Well, he's going to have access to gold. Doubt, he can't arrive with the goats there. He'll need to send something to stop that. Viper certainly can't stop that. Maybe he will kill the castle. But Doubt's getting Elite Battle Elephant now, and that's not a cheap upgrade. And that's a huge deal as Khmer.
MBL's going to have Halberdier most likely at some point.
And Onager. Yeah, he already has pikes.
If they can secure that gold and get villagers out there ASAP, they should be okay.
With Onager, they are cutting on the hill. So they could go right through the middle. They could hit at a different point. I think you're right.
This has a dual purpose too. Like, if you cut that wood, that's wood that TyRanT can't chop.
That's true. They'll need to start buying wood. Tato's still sending gold to Viper. Viper's receiving so much gold.
Leary's into Viper's eco. He's killing his wood villagers. I don't know how he got there.
Oh, with a bombard cannon? Are you kidding me?
Well, and the skirms.
Yeah, and Hart has also arrived. Maybe they've held on just enough. They've gotten just enough gold to do this. Aftermath is still waiting for that one big blow versus Viper's longbows. He just not taking losses here. But I don't think...
MBL at the back of his base. Tato is in there. Oh, God.
With the cav archers. You know, it doesn't matter, though, because MBL is playing the least important role. I feel like that's not a huge deal, you know? The Tato's just in Castle Age. MBL is an imp
the same
going
thing
halves.
is happening to Viper space as well. I mean, there's light cav there. There's Cavalier there now.
Oh, I didn't even see these skirms earlier. I was looking at that bombard cannon. Viper's taking a lot of losses. And maybe this is where Hart...
And here come the L's.
Maybe Hart chooses to push into Viper's base. And yeah, the elephant's showing up. Japanese halberdiers, Japanese monks here. I don't think the elephants have done too much at the start of this engagement, but you have to keep in mind that Viper's Arbs are cleaning up the halberdiers as they go in for the elephants. Was it enough there for Doubt? I don't think so. The number is just not strong enough here. He'll kill a bombard cannon or two, but he's taken a lot of losses. Now I say that, Dave, and now look how far Viper's been able to push forward. The elephants are such a strong meat shields.
And he's got longbows at the gold as well.
Oh, he kept the castle up.
Aftermath. You need that gold.
They can't decide where to push. They go into Viper's base and then they get pushed back on the gold. They push on the right and then they get pushed back in Viper's base, or you know, as well on the gold or in their own base. I mean, Tato's being a pain. I don't know what these Vills are doing, but he's going to continue to try and hit MBL. And Viper has 92 military. He only has 34 Vills, but he's receiving a lot of his resources from his allies. 92 military, and he's purchased another castle, and he's going to build it on the hill in the spot that MBL cut for him. Wow. I don't know. His Vills have to get here somehow. He's lost so many Vills. I mean, Hart is spamming so much into his eco. He's at 30 Vills. Doubt, luckily, is helping him. If that castle goes up, it'll make it very complicated. The castle is still up for Viper in the left, and I think now the lack of gold is really hurting Aftermath. Oh, the Onager shot from MBL, but Viper micros it. That was sick micro. With one shot, MBL could have killed 30 Arbs. But Viper noticed it. What a player. Does MBL have another onager on the way? He does. I think he needs to go for it. Viper should be waiting for this. And Leary losing plenty of skirmishers. He's losing his bombard cannons. There's the onager shot from MBL, and that's a huge shot.
What a massive shot!
It's still not enough, though. I don't think it's enough. The castle goes up. The skirmishers can't close in at all because they don't have the range. And Tato arriving with his own cav archers. Now, I'm still unsure because Viper, he has almost no eco. Oh my goodness. But he does have the gold. And I think that's going to be the difference maker here. As TyRanT slowly push in, Viper can now make trebs. And I just don't see how they can get the gold back and defend themselves Aftermath. Hart has chosen wisely to go after Viper because Viper was on the right hand side, but with Doubt's elephants, I know Viper has gotten a lot of kills and he's been using the range, which is impressive, but Doubt, he's been crucial with his elephants, both in Viper's base and his base, also his knights in the corners and light cav, but in the main fight. And now it's just skirms for Leary. MBL is trying to make halbs out of the barracks that are going down. MBL is actually running out of wood, so he might not be able to make halbs soon, much less more barracks. What are we seeing? What a match. I think they did the right thing, though. I think they slung Byzantines, which was correct. The only thing that Aftermath will be kicking themselves for at the moment is not getting to that goal. Exactly.
Yeah.
They could have done that earlier. Now MBL going out to get to mill the elephants. He's that desperate for resources. Viper just has far too many arbs, and as long as he's receiving the wood and gold he needs, it doesn't matter if he doesn't have vills. Doubt has the vills. And they have so much gold. Just look at this corner, guys. It's a party out here. Goodness.
They're gonna run out of gold.
Yeah, they're gonna have to send all those bills to the other corner. What's the cost of some of these things? Yeah, it's 265 gold to buy 100 stone, so these castles were not cheap.
Maybe Aftermath's plan was kind of like Stark vs. Fire. If we kill their eco, they're gonna have to start buying food and wood.
That's
and
actually
we can
true.
sell that.
Yeah. The problem comes in, they're losing a lot of farm space, so they're not gonna have a ton of food the more space they lose. As you say that, to sell food, it's actually a pretty good trade at the moment. And maybe it has been being purchased by Viper, and you know, the answer here would be to go for your own trebs, but you can't purchase a castle if you're Aftermath. You could then also go for siege ram, but the siege rams can't really close in, as Doubt will have elephants. And Tato buying more and more stone. It seems like he was trying to build towers. In fact, he did build towers on the right-hand side. And trying to slowly suffocate the Aftermath players. And, oh, on the left now, Dave, look at Doubt. This could be the finishing blow. This is not expected at all. Hart losing so much of his eco. And that is a lot of elephants. 50 elephants. That is what gold gives you.
Maybe
yeah,
they can try and hold here. I don't.
There's no chance.
If Aftermath brings this back, they are legends. But I don't see it.
Yeah, there's no chance because the arbs from Viper. So they have a push on the left that can't be stopped. They have a push on the right that is very convincing, TyRanT. And Doubt, I mean, now adding rams. Hart can only assist with hussars. And meanwhile, his economy getting torn to bits. Aftermath, the team who beat TyRanT 3-0 in the group stages of this tournament, are about to get swept. And full credit to Tato as well for the annoying part he has played here. This slinging, the arrival of cav archers on the wood lines, definitely playing better team games, TyRanT, and I think we're closing in on the GG.
Hart's into Doubt's eco again, and Leary's camping the wood line. They're not giving up.
Yeah, Viper has walled up this corner, by the way. You're definitely not getting in there, Aftermath. They're gonna try, man. They're gonna try, but without gold, what do you do against elephants? You have to make halbs. The halbs die to the arbs. You just have no chance. And I think it's gonna be a slow death for Aftermath, but it will be death nonetheless. And Leary says, GG, congrats. Everyone calling the GG. Hart says well played. Doubt says thanks. And TyRanT, the tournament champions, a 4-0 victory. Wow. That was not expected. I predicted 4-2 Aftermath. Dave predicted 4-3 Aftermath. The last thing I expected was a 4-0 victory. And that's exactly what we got. What a final from TyRanT.
Well, I guess they're not dead after all.
Exactly. Like, oh, this new Aftermath guys, they're looking so good. But TyRanT, I mean, even Jordan came into the equation in game 2. They almost made it look easy, man. Their decisions were better. Again, they didn't make big mistakes. I think in some of the games we could point to Aftermath mistakes. Don't get me wrong, guys. Aftermath getting to this final is huge for Age of Empires 2. These are players who started couple years ago and they were known for playing Black Forest, and now they just made it to the finals after beating so many teams and then losing to TyRanT. So first of all, I want to say congrats to Aftermath for getting this far. You guys really got a lot of fans this tournament. You played really well. You guys deserve to keep your heads up high. Also hope this motivates you guys to push forward against TyRanT in the future. But then TyRanT, you guys just played so well, and congrats to TyRanT, man. I didn't see any mistakes from them. They were so solid in these games.
I have nothing to say.
I'm kind of speechless. Yeah, I mean, I did not expect it to be that dominant. Here's the gold collected. Tato with Turks, 34k gold. The highest for Aftermath was 8k from MBL. So Tato had more golds than all of the Aftermath players combined. Combine that with the fact that Doubt had 19k and Viper had 11k. Yeah, that's a big difference. Here's the KD for you. Viper used his range. Doubt used his tanky elephants. I want to give a big shout out to Doubt for the way he utilized his light cav and knights to secure those corners early on, because that was big. What a final.
They all stepped it up. They really stepped it up. And congrats to Tato for stepping into this team as well.
Yeah,
like he joined TyRanT
basically
for the DM tournament and this tournament right before those two. And like he really stepped up his game, and they brought it today. They really brought it today.
In every tournament Tato has played, every team game tournament Tato has played with TyRanT, he has won. So he went from a promising player to a guy who put in a lot of work into preparing, and I feel like Tato played that role, did he not? It seemed like he might have brought up, hey, first game, I'm going to go for a drush. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to be the guy who focuses with the towers and the cav archers and slings in the beach fight game. He always played a really interesting role, and he fits TyRanT well. He was always going to have to impress people. Okay, chat, so what I need to do now is I need to prep the giveaway. We're going to give away 5 $150 gift cards. I'll give you more details that in a little bit. I just need to get the system up and running. Also, I'm going to do an interview with the TyRanT, so that'll probably be about 5-10 minutes till they come on here. I'll talk to them about the games, and then, of course, we'll do the giveaway. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, everyone who subbed to the stream today to support what I do. Good to see so many people hyped. I will return in a couple minutes, and we'll get that giveaway and the interview underway. See you in a few.
You know what time it is, boys. You know what time it is. It's AMA time. Ask me anything. He's away. He's still watching, but he's away. Enter. Yeah. I'm not singing. No. Ask me a question. I'm not singing. And the question better not be, can you sing?
Dave, can you type enter real quick in the chat? Oh, it's working. It's working. Okay, fantastic. It's been fixed. Guys, I'm giving away 5 $150 gift cards to the PGI Gaming store. That's so weird. Oh, it's working. It's working. The system's catching up. Sweet. So type enter if you would like to enter. Subscribers to the stream get 4 times the extra entries, but everyone can participate. I might need to My system says we only have 100 people who have typed it, and that's not right. It's lagging behind because of all of you. Look at that. Big thanks to PGI for putting up the $3,000 for this prize pool. Big thanks for giving me the gift cards, of course. So once I start drawing from the names, again, please type enter in the chat if you would like a chance. Once I start drawing from the names, I'm going to put the chat in slow mode so my mods can see the winner and calm things down a little bit. So while everyone's typing that, I'm going to give you some time to do so. Madrick, thank you for the prime. Trollo Fuss, thank you for the prime sub. Spartan Tiles says, what an amazing with the 100 bits. Thank you. Nivida, thank you for the Forest Nothing spam. Let's get some T90 trees for that. Thank you very much, Martian, for the 5. Just Striker, Desandres, thank you guys for subbing to the stream. Sunsei, PGI guy, thank you, man. DJ's Raptor, thank you for 5. Ping, thank you. Thank you guys for supporting this. So I have, it says 506 people have entered.
It'll catch up. There's more than that.
Yeah. If you already typed it, typing it again won't enter you. Again, it'll actually remove you. No, I'm kidding. It just don't type more than once. Because then everyone say, oh crap. You don't need to type it more than once. I have it as lowercase here. It is not case sensitive, so it doesn't really matter. I'll wait till we get to about 700 people, and then I'll roll from you. And best of luck ahead of times, my friends. K-God, thank you for the sub, man. Coinskink says, Grand Theft fucking Zebra, Dave. Grand Theft fucking Zebra.
I have my moments.
that was good. That was good. That was definitely good. Okay. So I'm going to do 5 people. I'm going to pick 5 people. 5 people will win $150 to go towards a new PC on the PGI website. You guys ready? Throw me a salute if you're ready, chat. I want to make sure that you've heard that I'm going to close this. Now, naturally, there's going to be about 3,000 people who don't get one. So my apologies ahead of time, but I'm really happy I could do this giveaway. All right, you guys are ready. Sweet. We have Uberev. Uberev, congratulations, my friends. I'm going to have to save these names. 1 second. Just in case my mods can't even see who's been rolled, I will save the names. I will contact you, or my mod will contact you via Whisper, and we'll get your information for it. Congratulations, my friends. Next person is Undead Phil. It's been following since February. Congrats, man. Again, I'll contact you via Whisper, gets all your information. Yeah, I know, chat. It's rigged. It's rigged. Next person is Night Mod. Night Mod. Congratulations, my friends. Enjoy. We got 2 more people. We have Brohio. Brohio, congrats, man. And then we will have 1 more after this. The final winner of a $150 gift card will be Battle 8080. And Battle literally followed 2 days ago. Congrats, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you could be rewarded for your support. So I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry if you didn't win. My apologies. To the winners, you'll be contacted. We're just going to need to get your info, and I'll talk to you more about what you can do with the 150. But I am going to contact the TyRanTs to get them in here for an interview. We hit... What was the record today, chat? Was it 4.6K? Something ridiculous. I think it was 4.6K.
I saw 4,500, so probably.
3 viewers under 4.7K. Wow, unbelievable. Without a host as well. I have to say, guys, I would have been happy with 1,500 today. I love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of history here. That was crazy. Just waiting for a response from Viper, but I will allow chat to ask them questions, and I would just wait till they arrive to ask questions. They're doing their rounds.
Yeah, and Viper's gonna answer every single question you ask.
Yeah.
Every single question.
Yeah, make sure that everyone asks. He
3,000.
Yeah. So, are there any first timers on the stream today? I feel like there's so many people who don't frequent the stream a lot, or maybe lurk, or were new to the stream. I know that I had a big announcement on YouTube, and I've been announcing it plenty of times throughout the week. I'm new. See, it's a lot easier to tell when people are new now. Well, welcome, guys. It was a wonderful day. Anonymous with $50 said, keep it up, good sir. Amazing 4.6K. Longtime lurker paying his dues. Thank you, Anonymous. I don't know what our sub count is at on the stream right now, but we're closing in on another emote slot. Guys, if you're new to the stream, leave a follow so you can get alerts from when I go live. This schedule is always posted below the stream. Also, if you're looking for more content that's not on YouTube, you can watch the past broadcasts. It's always there. All the action is normally on Twitch. Created a Twitch account for this. I'm happy to have you here, man. Usually watch your YouTube videos. Just finished the TyRanT vs Finland. See this live. Ah, perfect timing then. So Dave, I would probably fire up TeamSpeak. We'll probably need to go into their TeamSpeak then. I'll just get prepared for that. Thank you, Tamo.
Ready.
Definitely will, man. Let's play Fats Love Nothing. Well, we're not going to do Fats Love Nothing, but if you guys are always excited for community games, we do that on Thursdays. So I'm going to take the night off and relax a little bit. It's been 5 days in a row of streams and casting. And then I will announce the schedule tomorrow morning, and I'll be back. Actually, no, I lied. Tomorrow morning at 12 GMT, which would be 6 a.m. for me. Oh, God. I'll be casting Vivi vs. Doubt in the best of 5. But then I'll take Tuesday off, and you'll have the rest of the week's schedule posted below. Krieger Maximus, you did miss the giveaway, man. I'm sorry. Again, those that won the giveaway, I'll probably contact you afterwards if my mods haven't already. So what were your overall thoughts on the performance today, chat? I felt like TyRanT, they just stepped it up a notch, you know? Jeez.
AM didn't really bring their A game.
They also did not bring their A game, yeah. There were
Like-
more mistakes than I've seen from them in a long time. I agree. Ah, thank you, Ducks. Sweet stuff, man. TyRanT was just not good enough. They didn't win the games fast enough. I don't think Aftermath was overconfident. I don't think it was less practice because they were online practicing yesterday. I think a lot of it comes down to how you perform under pressure and if it's your day, you know? A player like Viper, for example, he's played tons of 1v1 tournaments, and when he gets to the final stages, he excels under pressure. And he and Doubt, they have been in that position hundreds of times, while Aftermath, it might still be fresh to them. But still, at the end of this tournament, we can look back and we can say that there are a ton of amazing teams. You have Finland, SY, Aftermath, TyRanT. There wasn't a clear victor going into the final. We're in an amazing place for Age of Empires 2 right now, guys, and it's only going to get better. It's because Hart and MBL played Fortnite. Is it? Okay. Yeah, I think we will see nerfs. I think there'll be balance changes after this, Dave. That'll be good. Oh, nerfing those Koreans. Be wonderful. You know, they didn't want to make balance adjustments because it was in the middle of a tournament. I would agree that Hart didn't have his best day, but also you have to give TyRanT credit for pressuring. For example, when we saw Aftermath versus SY in the semis, people said SY didn't have their best day, and they certainly didn't. But Aftermath, they put them in uncomfortable situations, and they made SY make bad decisions. So Dave, Kumar wants you to say, "I am the fat dragon."
I've been watching it. I've been watching it. And it's not I am the fat dragon, alright?
It is.
It's not I am the fat dragon.
Yeah.
It's I am the dragon!
There we go.
There we go. That's the last. That's
Woo!
the final time. He
Yeah.
changed his name. That's it. We're done. You never again.
Spam the T90 dragon for the last time, guys. Any news on AoE4? AoE4 is still a couple years off, man. And so there's been no news, but I know the timeline roughly. They're gonna get it right. You know what I want to do while we're waiting? I'm gonna gift a few subs to the stream. We have a lot of people who are new here. So I'm gonna pull up the same program and I'm gonna gift a few people who aren't subscribed to the stream some subscriptions. Assuming
You gift me 12 months on $24.99.
Don't get greedy, man. Okay, chat, if you are not a sub, if you're not subscribed to the stream, simply type !sub. That's all you need to do. SUB, sub. I could have done enter again, but I'm keeping you guys on your toes.
I do not look like a coconut, alright, Mango? You look like a chicken nugget, okay?
Hive, welcome, man. Thank you for the prime. Alright, yeah, go ahead. I don't think you need to do the exclamation mark either. And type sub if you're not subbed to the stream, guys. All people who are subbed, you've already been excluded. I of course appreciate your support though. Alright, I'm gonna start picking. We have 500 people who entered. There'll probably be more than that. I'll do 3 for you. We got Keckers. Alright, Keckers, let me gift you, bro. Now, if A28 is out there, do not snipe this gift. Please. It bothers me so much when I'm trying to be kind and give people subs and then somebody else snipes it.
Like the 24-hour stream?
Yeah, I was up for
tired?
like 22 hours and I kept trying to gift subs to people and they kept stealing it. I mean, I should be grateful, and I am grateful, but... Alright, there you go, Keckers. Enjoy the sub. We have 2 more people. We got Hiding Eagle. Hiding Eagle, congrats, man.
Is that like Crouching Tiger, Hiding Eagle?
I guess so. Oh, the Hiding Eagle. I almost gifted just Hiding Eagle. You're typing sub if you want a sub gift. I'm gonna gift one more person after this. I'm just gifting a few subscriptions because the sport was awesome today. Ah, okay, genius. I could do that. It all depends on when Viper ends up. We're kind of killing time as well. Depends on when Viper shows up for the interview. Genius said that he will gift 2 if I roll them, so I will roll 3 more. Alright, fans, have a good one, man. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, Hiding Eagle, we got him. Who's the next person? General Krieg. General Krieg, congrats, man. Now, chat, it's not rigged, okay? And then Genius, are you saying you want to gift the next 2 people I roll? I can roll them for you. Just give me an okay on that. JDC saying the same. Okay, I'll roll 3 more people. We are still waiting for Viper to come for the interview. He's otherwise preoccupied. Oh goodness. So you know what? I'll roll 6 more, and then if you guys have interest in gifting somebody else, just click their names in the chat and you can gift them. We'll probably make it a lot easier. Okay, so we got 3 more. We have Esco93. Esco93, enjoy the emotes. We have Siu, SIEWICZ96. And then we have Daddy Fats AC.
Daddy's fat sack.
Oh, it is Daddy's Fat Sack, isn't it? I said Daddy Fats. All right, enjoy the emotes, man. So, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, please, this is just people being kind, supporting myself, but spreading the love to the rest of the people in the community. So if you didn't end up getting the sub, please don't judge those individuals. All right, so we got to get into TeamSpeak.
I'm already there.
All right, I have the password. I will Discord it. You are a much better interviewer than I am, so you're going to have to help me out. FYI.
Well, I have experience, so let's go.
Dave, I'm going to leave Discord.
Connected. User entered your channel. Channel switched.
All right, just some random songs playing there. I got to leave Discord so it doesn't overlap.
Channel
Okay.
switched.
You're changing it after today.
Hello, my
Yeah.
friends.
Well, at least not
Hello.
give it to MBL. Hello, Tristan.
Did you guys break out the champagne already?
No.
We're about to.
Yes.
No, it's
Well-
already like 2 bottles deep, man.
Yeah. Well, congrats, guys. You guys played outstanding. That's really all I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I made Dave promise he'd help me with the interview process because I really suck at it. So Twitch chat as well, if you have any questions for them. I want to say congratulations. They might be paying attention. First off, I want to ask Tato about that strategy in the first game as Persians with the Drush. That was different. Was that something you guys had planned to do in the finals ahead of time?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mentioned now to TyRanT, like to my teammates, like there's this possibility to do this with personal,
Yeah.
and I tried the build order, like even before the semifinals,
Okay.
to make it. So, but we decided to save it to the finals, and then this week I have been practice a bit more and improving a bit the build order to make it a bit better. But yeah, I like in the practice game, it worked really good. Like at least we take control of the early game,
Yeah.
and that was helping a lot. And as well, we were unlucky a bit because, well, not lucky, but like when they called restart, they saw that they
Yes, I
had the 3
know.
release. Yeah. So we
That
were-
was
we were a bit
so
like,
crazy.
Okay, now they know that I'm going Dras, but we wanted to know as well, like what we're going to be the reaction to that.
Yeah.
Like how they defend about that. So yeah, but it was really nice, and yeah, I'm happy that it worked out because it was a bit risky as well.
I want to give you a lot of credit for that, Tato, because even before you joined TyRanT, I was always boasting about how much you would prepare and learn with the civs, and I feel like you've done that more than any other player over the past year or two with these different strats and branching out. So congrats, man, because that worked really well for your team.
Yeah, thank you so much. But at the end, the team is like it's working hard for this. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
of
like
course, of course.
yeah, and the practice we have been practice and meet up 3 times this week, if I'm not mistaken. So we spoke about all the maps and civilization, and yeah, it was perfect. Today it was perfect. I think we were a bit lucky with the luck, like the factor. But yeah, it was insane. Like we are super happy with the performance.
Yeah,
today.
you guys definitely had a little bit of luck, but I'd say overall you guys definitely deserved the victory. No, you didn't.
Were you
trust me,
guys?
you didn't see Hart in the Arabia game. He was one
Oh,
tile
yeah.
away from.
Oh,
it was just
bad.
yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Dave.
Were you guys surprised on that first game that they went archers? Like both of them went archers instead of maybe Leary going for scouts? Like, do
yeah.
you think that was in response to you going for the drush?
I'm not sure because, well, like if I'm hitting the foot, I was mainly focused on hard because hard, it was obvious that with the Spanish he could not go arch, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't want him to have scouts outside, so I was mainly focused on him and try to make him out of the middle. And then his response was walling and going Conquistador. That was a bit bad as well, because Conquistadors are always annoying. But yeah, the all range is not like a threat at the end. Like you can Harrison, it's not like a unit that can kill. But it was really good.
A question from one of the viewers here, Tato, and then move on to asking some of the other questions I have. It says, Tato, what is your strategy when picking a civ and when choosing to sling? This is very general, but if you could like try and explain the process to the viewers a little bit, that'd be really helpful.
Well, mainly this time I try to get the civilization that matters the less in the long term.
Yeah, okay.
Well, apart from probably the step that Persian is really good at the post-imperial, but like Turks is not that important in bit fight. But yeah, and then try to abuse the bonus. Like if I could go to the edge of the map and start mining gold as fast as I could, yeah, I can do it, and I will do that. And then abuse. But yeah, basically I need to control. I need to try to find the weakest spot of the enemies as well. Yeah. Because yeah, my teammates are focusing on other things, so I have a bit more spare time to take a look in that regard. And then yeah, try to secure the trade. And yeah, basically that.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Dave, did you have a question for Viper or Doubt or Jordan?
Game 2, you guys, I think it was Donut was game 2.
Yeah.
Did you like that Civ matchup, Malay versus Aztec on that side? Do you feel like it was a good matchup for you? Because you ended up like pushing back hardcore against Leary.
Well, we always picked our civs there with late game in mind as well, and Malay is really good late game too. So I think it wouldn't have been an issue against Aztecs. Aztecs has the early advantage, but I guess late game as well. If he gets down to Jaguar, Siege Islander, and stuff like that, it's gonna be rough. But yeah, with the way he played, I think it was a really good matchup for me.
And were you tilted when he converted your docks right before the demo ship came out?
I was sitting there watching that, but I mean, it didn't really matter much.
Yeah, that was entertaining for us. Yeah, I guess that Civ matchup's interesting. In early castle, Aztecs have an advantage, but then from mid castle to post Imperial, Malay might have a strong window because it takes so long for Aztecs to get the Jags into SO, right?
Yeah.
Game three. That was the Arabia game. Oh goodness. Well, this one was more about a struggle for heart, I think, than anything. But Doubt, are you here or are you just chilling out? Are you gonna be
I'm around. Hello.
Oh, what's up?
Good morning. I'm just waiting for you guys to finish so I can troll Jordan.
I'm already waiting for that as well.
I'm just waiting my 2 seconds to say the difference between group stage and now.
We already know it. We already know it.
Yeah,
Viper was saying that you weren't there for the interview last week. He was saying he was debating throwing the finals so you wouldn't be like this. Anyway, Dal, could you...
He can't throw it hard enough, man.
Could you just talk us through your play as the flank on Arabia and like how you coordinated with Viper there? Because you guys were very good together and you were always in control of the game. Can you like talk us through that briefly?
Well, it was kind of weird that he didn't dash and his guess feudal age time was so freaking late.
Yeah.
Got just a little bit worried, what should we do? So I decided only to make a couple of scouts, and when I saw his palisade fall on like 15 HP, oh man, that was really great opening.
Yeah.
After that, everything
went
wrong for hard.
Yeah, you killed
there was
like
no
5 villagers or something, right?
Yeah, I think less. I think like 3, but a couple of spearmen denying wood line because he had to make houses, idle time. A lot of things piles up and hugely there.
Well, I don't know if you guys realize this now, but Hart was 1 tile away from seeing his elephant. He just assumed that you had lamed it. And then when he was quick walling that area Doubt, right when you busted through, he was bringing in the elephant. He had seen it late. But because you busted through and he was trying to save his vill, he not only lost the vill that you killed, but he lost the vill at the elephant.
Oh, everything that went super wrong to him.
And then you killed the vill later on as well. So he was pretty far behind, and I feel like they only could go for a sling there.
They went for sling, actually. We didn't check that.
Oh yeah, I guess you didn't know. Yeah, they MBL. The reason he didn't have a force against Tato in that game was because he was slinging Leary.
Well, at that point we all knew only one thing we need to do: defend early eagle push.
Yeah.
So when he was in my economy, I was adding extra TCs all over the place, so I don't lose that many villagers, and wait for Viper to sling me back to the game. And transition was quite smooth. I never dropped below 100 population, I think.
So, what was the reasoning behind Jordan playing in game 2 and not Doubt?
That's a good question, man. That's a pretty
Doubt.
good one.
Doubt you answer that.
Oh, you go. That's the only game you played. You have to say something, man.
No, I was feeling bored of Excel, so I felt like, hey guys, give me at least one game, and they were generous enough to give me one. So. You know, and I was also telling them, give me Saracens. That's straightforward.
Yeah.
Not too much shit I can do there. So
You played really well in that.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
I mean, Doubt might not say that, but you did play really well.
Yes,
in
he
that game.
played very well.
You know, I've
Bombing it 5 TCs, yeah. He did well.
you know, I was so motivated for this game because if we had lost that one,
Yeah.
and we would win around, I don't know, 4-1 or something,
Yeah.
then so much trash talk I would got from Doubt, right?
Yeah,
So-
Apart
exactly.
from me, I support the team, man. I even told you good luck, man.
Just
watching you.
forget about winning the tournament. It's about making Doubt look bad, right, Jordan?
How much
Exactly.
did you guys trash talk him on the first restart, your very first game,
Oh my
when
god, that was
2
so
seconds
bad.
in, Doubt loses a villager and then can't find his elephant?
I was laughing so hard. Especially the placement of the boar. In the second game was not better.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, the
I
bad thing about this, they will find out our strategies, so we were deleting struggle tree and everything to hide it as much possible.
Oh,
And
really?
then they restart second game and found out all about it.
Yeah, even before the second game started, and I was saying good luck, and I was like, watch me, Doubt, because I'll show you how to lure a boar.
It's easier with Marinos, man.
It's good to hear that you guys can banter and still win tournaments. Wouldn't want to lose that.
Well, when we play, we are more serious, obviously.
Yeah.
Except Doubt.
Until I make some mistake and then we just fall apart.
Yeah, I remember some training games where you did some shit.
Well, I think the last game, there weren't 7 games, there were only 4. So, Beach Fight, that was a pretty crazy game. I'm going to ask Doubt to talk us through what he did. The big thing that Dave and I noticed was you denying the corners very early. Can you talk about why you did that and how it worked out for you?
Because there is gold in corners, obviously. But the question is that-
You gotta
Talking about the
caster.
like the light cav, man.
You
the
gotta
light
talk
cav
like a
decision and
caster,
stuff.
Doubt. You gotta
Yeah.
explain obvious things in roundabout ways.
Only gold on the map is corner, why did they deny it? So they don't get gold. Simple as that.
Oh.
Well, yes, that's exactly what I wanted you to get at. So, you were...
See,
you
not
did
that hard, man.
Doubt is gonna replace me in casting as well now.
Tristan, you associated me with that dumbass question too. Now they think I'm a fucking retard as well.
That's true.
God, man.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I don't know if
So-
Dave has any more questions, but
Yeah, you guys kind of came into this final as like, probably not from your perspective, but from a lot of people's perspective as the underdog, which has never really happened before.
Yeah.
How did you like feel?
We replaced Jordan and all was fine, man.
Doubt, what were you saying about the middle?
What?
About the middle, you know?
I don't know.
What?
You know, you have to find the balance.
Oh, the balance, yeah.
The balance.
What?
Between nice and evil. Doubt, you said
Oh,
that after
that.
the interview you were mad because you didn't get to try to be a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit nice.
I was like, in the end of interview to say I don't troll Jordan because I don't like him. I troll him because I can, man. It's so easy.
I thought you said now.
Yeah,
I troll him
Jordan
because
actually-
he sucks.
Nah, Jordan actually did a very good job on
Oh, there he is.
played,
Excellent.
There he
Yeah,
is.
and in Excel as well. Can't deny that.
well, chat would probably find me and kill me if it didn't ask about Tato's longboats in the donut game.
Oh yes, to tell us about that.
Yes, thank you, Doubt.
Well, I was supposed to be a bit safer, like the idea was drash into FC and then making low boats and control the water from there.
Yeah.
And be annoying. But yeah, like hard lay my Rhino. I could not go as fast field as I wanted to be safe because in this map you can wall with a dog, but still, if you're not up fast, you are fucked because they can break in super easy. So yeah, basically, it was a bit, it delayed a bit the longboat push, but at the end it worked, and I was making them. I mean, it was a bit late.
And how did you come up with that strategy?
Well, Doubt has some input there.
Something has something to say.
Doubt trying to take credit for this idea.
But we talked about longboats way before.
I even exist, what?
Doubt has been taking credit for that strategy for a couple of days now. We talked about longboats weeks ago on that.
I
Now
wasn't
he's
there, man.
like taking full credit for that strategy.
Of course, man. It was my plan.
Oh god.
Like Josh from Step was a Tatito plan.
Well, I really like how you guys had a couple different like tricks up your sleeve for the finals. I thought that was smart. Aftermath they were playing standard as you normally should, but they didn't have anything to surprise you. And I like how you guys had a couple things well thought out. I think that shows your classes about knowing the game as much as playing the game. So congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And I guess everyone was surprised by the donut pick, probably as well.
Well, I mean,
I did not. When I saw Vikings, I did not think that you would go longboats. I can tell you that much.
well, the idea was to longboats, go imp longboats and then sling extra resources because longboats are just for control.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless, on our preparation, like we predicted pretty much every map, the whole map order perfectly. We predicted almost every civ they're gonna pick for like the first 7-8 civs.
Yep.
And we got everything just fell into places. We were quite shocked sitting there ourselves, seeing how like wow, every single civ, every single map, everything went as we expected.
Yeah,
and also the games played out exactly as we wanted to as well, mostly.
I did notice that your civ draft seemed fairly comfortable for you. It almost felt like when you looked at the civ matchups, you almost had an edge in every game, you know? So that was surprising because the civ draft is huge.
Yeah, I mean, some of the maps are fairly standard with, say, Arabia, Dust, for example, but I'd say at least 3 or 4 of the maps are all about strategy. And that's also, I think, AM's weakness. They play standard, they trust their skill, and don't prepare proper strategies, and that showed.
Yeah, definitely did, man. Well, I'll let you guys go. Congrats. It was awesome watching.